Hello, happy hump day. How's it going, everybody? How you doing? It's your lad, the old man, the ancient one, your Ibok. How's it going? Happy to be back. I kind of wanted to stream Monday, but also had other engagements and was not able to, so I've just been chilling, saving up stories for stream. How's all of your weeks going so far? Hopefully y'all are not having a bad time. Kinda echoing, really. Echoing. Hold on. Hello. Oh, disgusting. Holy shit.
How about that? That sound better? All right, you little son of a bitch. All right, you know what? Thank you. Yeah, so you know what happened? I rebooted my PC for a Windows update. And of course what happened is all of my stuff was like, you know what we should do? Default mic should be your shitty USB webcam mic. Yes. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. Hold. Is my... Wait. No. Hold on. And now I have to check something else. Oh, my God. Disgusting. Ew. Because I recorded something earlier today, and I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I just got to listen to it again, but I was listening to it. I think it was fine. Hold. Ignore me. Yeah, no, it sounds fine. All right, I must have restarted after that. Okay. Whew. See, this is such a valuable service that you guys do. Yeah. Yeah, the dreaded Windows update. No, it's not really the Windows update per se. It's just that, like, VoiceMod forgets what I had selected. And then for some reason, it just always defaults to the webcam.
Familiar feeling.
That's right.
Like a kind word and a kind touch at the same time.
Oh,
it's warm and comfortable.
You know what else? We gotta turn that back on, baby. All right. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Listen. I may have streamed all the way back on Saturday and not refixed some of the setup. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. No, that's good though. You know what's really infuriating is when you've streamed for like 3 hours and then all of a sudden somebody tells you that your audio sucks ass or that it's been muted, you know? That's the worst. That's the absolute worst. So I appreciate. Thank you for the warning. Holy shit. Yeah, it's gone way too long. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Listen, little bit of techno fucky wucky. What is VTubing if not scuff for techno fucky wucky? Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Speaking of like scuff, but like also really not scuff, more actual just techno fucky wucky. There was a brand new beta feature put out for Stream Deck today that I tested out. That's basically what I spent all afternoon doing was testing this new feature out. I cannot conveniently show you because I don't want to broadcast my desktop. I think for obvious reasons. But basically they put out a software software version of the Stream Deck that is a virtual Stream Deck that basically is a window that you can pop up with programmable buttons that use all of the same API and logic and everything as the actual Stream Deck. And it basically pops up as a window of buttons of whatever size you need, basically. And you can set it so that it will always be on top of whatever you have going. So it will just like pop up, and then you can click one of the buttons, and then you can make it so that it either disappears immediately after you click a button, or it disappears once you make your mouse leave, or it just stays up always, or until you press the button again. And you can also make it so that either it appears directly where your mouse is or appears in a preset location of your choice. And it's not just useful for VTubers, but it is very useful for us. But I also can see it being super useful for like video editors and stuff, because you can make the buttons do pretty much anything, including any shortcuts in the program you're doing. Kind of like skill wheels in RPGs. Yeah, kinda, almost. And so now I programmed it so that I can press a button on my mouse and I can just toggle these things without having to look down at my Stream Deck, which is over here. So like you'll see normally when I look down and I'm like, this button, so I set it so that I can just do that and it'll just appear where my mouse is, which is pretty cool. I didn't do everything, but I did do my like VTuber outfit toggles. So like my hood, my glasses, my jacket, etc. Yeah, you know, oh, I can also blush. Ooh. Yeah, pretty useful, pretty cool. So yeah, I really like that. And yeah, it seems like they're trying to branch out into more things than just the streamer sphere, because obviously like those things are useful for streamers, but they are actually really useful for a video editor or somebody that does like image editing, because you can set up shortcuts for all sorts of things, right? Like say you want to like insert a transition template that you use all the time, you know, you could just like hotkey it to one button and then you just like toggle that up, press that button, and bingo bango bongo, it inserts it wherever your, you know, cursor is on the timeline. Did you also do all the setup work for the girl bot toggles? No. No, I did not. Well, somewhat. There are actually a lot fewer girl bot toggles that I use. So, I think the glasses actually, the glasses might toggle, but actually I just literally copy pasted my buttons that I was using on my main Stream Deck into the virtual one also. So whatever I had set up on my regular, it should do. So sort of. I just don't have literally every button. Like I didn't put my transformation toggles into the virtual one because that's probably a little bit excessive and I'm not really expecting to do that without any downtime, right? But I did put like the hex toggle, right? Where I can just like turn hex on and off. And things like that, as well as like the hex items, for example, the booba. So, you know, only the, yeah, exactly. So it's pretty cool. It works during games. I tested it out in Overwatch just to be sure. You can have it show up there. So like if you, I don't know, like it's less applicable to Overwatch because like you don't want to be stopping moving in the middle of it, but it's still okay. You know, it's still better than whatever. And I mean, yes, you can still do it on a physical Stream Deck, and I still do want to use the physical Stream Deck because it is convenient to have all those things, but it is nice to have some of the toggles just like be wherever your mouse is at any given time. Yeah, pretty cool little piece of tech. Big fan. But it's clear that they want to, oh yeah, I should turn off the hex booba. It's pretty clear that they want to move away from just being for streamers because they're also doing things like they released one that's like a plug and play module. So the idea would be that you could build it into physically crafted like sets and props and things like that, which is pretty cool because I know that, for example, Critical Role has a bunch of Stream Deck stuff that they do for controlling their stage. because it's really convenient to just have buttons that you can set up to do things, and there's already exists setups to do like your physical lighting in your real room responding to Stream Deck keys. And so that's how they control all of, well, not all of, but that's how Matt controls a bunch of the stuff in their stage that they play on, is that he actually just has a Stream Deck set up and a bunch of keys that, you know, will play music and change the lighting and change the like mood and do, you know, all sorts of background effects and things like that he can just do with just a few key presses. And so it's really interesting to see them try and branch out into another space for like creation, which I think is very wise of them to not try and hitch themselves only to the Epic Gamer brand, you know. So yeah, it's pretty cool little update. They also definitely are trying to catch a little bit of that gamer brand, because they just came out with another version of the Stream Deck that has like keyboard switches. Like mechanical keyboard on your Stream Deck keys for the people that want the clicky clacky. I don't know why I find that so funny, but that's such a gamer thing. Like, I want my click clacks on my Stream Deck. Okay. All right. Okay, buddy. Amazing. But it is a little bit awkward, but understandable, because they also have it so that you can only access the virtual, the click clack Stream Deck. Not my thing. Yeah, not really mine either for a Stream Deck, but I kind of get the idea of wanting the feedback to feel more tactile. It's sort of the same reason that I want a physical Stream Deck instead of just a touch screen, right? Or the reason that I want physical buttons in a car instead of touch screens is that you can just have that tactile feedback that you know that it's been pressed, but also it won't just activate. So having it be like a little clicky, textured feeling, I sort of get. It's just an extension of that. But you can't actually use the virtual Stream Deck unless you own one, like unless you own a physical Stream Deck, which is kind of funny, but I also get why, because I think that they're in a little bit of an awkward place where they don't want to charge their customers that are existing to have basically just a piece of software, but they also don't want to just give it away for free for everybody that just doesn't want to pay. So who knows? Maybe they will make it something that's unlocked for free if you do have a paid version or a real version of a Stream Deck, and then maybe something that they can sell that you can activate on an account or something like that if you don't. That would probably be the best of both worlds. Everybody would just use the digital version if they hadn't bought anything. Yeah, exactly. Precisely. Yeah, and so, I mean, I do still see the value in the other one, because it is nice to not have to have things popping up in front of you if you want to do it, right? So there is real value there, but having one that just pops up on the fly, or that you could make a control center on your desktop, basically on one of your monitors that's just always there, is also really valuable. I remember there was probably still is, but it's probably not very well up to date. I think it was called Rain Meter. That was basically an application that you could run that let you make customizable desktop widgets that were clickable and interactable, and you could do all the art for it. And it feels kind of like a cleaner version of that. In some ways, less customizable on the art front, but way more customizable in terms of having integrated API stuff. Yeah. Hey, Mid-Bro Man, how's it going? How are you doing? I'm doing great. I haven't gotten around to talking about why I was gone, but we're talking about a new Stream Deck feature that is in beta that I played with all afternoon and had a lot of fun with, which is virtual Stream Decks, which basically let you make desktop interfaces to a Stream Deck that can appear wherever your mouse is, or appear in a spot on your desktop on top of all your other windows, including games, which is like pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah. Oh lordy, we got a strong drink tonight. We're drinking the Bad Apple 2 Towns hard cider, 10% alcohol, baby. Yeah. Yeah. But have you been up to anything interesting the last few days? I wanted to stream on Monday, but also couldn't, so. It's been since Saturday, the long-awaited return of the Grybox stream. Shoto, how's it going? Welcome in. How you doing this evening? It was great seeing me as a player on Blood on the Clock Tower. Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little surprised. The view count was like pretty good for that, and I wasn't sure if people were going to enjoy watching me play. So I'm glad that at least some of you guys showed up and had fun watching. I do love playing that game. I love being an agent of chaos. Good morning. Yes, I see you've silly-faced me. Once again, the face, it is silly. These fucking goblins just like gang banging me from behind? No. Yeah. That's right, baby. Anyway, yeah, what was I gonna just say? I was just thinking about something. Oh, yeah. So, okay, listen, y'all. Hi, silly, hello, how's it going? I got into a weird rabbit hole on Twitter just the other day. I think it was on Monday. Yeah, it was on Monday. I was blown away by the collective appearance, or by the collective appearance. Why do I keep saying appearance? The collective opinion of Twitter on this. Somebody tweeted that they basically said, "I'm begging you streamers, please stop using @everyone in Discord for every little thing. Like, if it's not an important emergency or something like that, I don't want to be tagged." And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, @everyone, if you @everyone in your server frequently, everybody's just going to mute it, and then they won't see it when it's important. Because if I keep getting tags from a server like all the time, I'm just gonna ignore it because it's annoying. And I thought that was gonna be the collective take, and when I tell you that thread got like 200,000 views and nearly every single person was responding to them, telling them that it was a trash take and that it's my server, why are you here if you don't want to be pinged about things that are happening and all things like that. And I was like, wait, am I the crazy one? Am I the one who's wrong here? It was astonishing how many of them said that not only was it okay, but expected to ping everyone every time you went live. And I was just like, am I out of touch? Am I the old person here? Do people actually want to get everyone pings whenever a streamer goes live? Wow. Okay, that did not cross over through the UI. That is a lot, please. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Hi hacks, yes. Well, you know what? How about this? Hi, say hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
There you go. I like opt-in server roles for different notifications. Yeah, that was kind of my point too, because also the original tweeter said that, you know, I will be happy to help you set up server roles, right? And there were a lot of people that said server roles are nice and all, but the majority of people don't use them, and so they're not very helpful. And I was just like, Huh? I would like pings on servers I'm active, but also just mute all other servers. I mean, fair enough, I guess. Like, I don't know. To me, it made me think of the syndrome meme where it's like, if everything's important, nothing is. So if you get pinged with the same level of urgency for every time that somebody goes live, I feel like the majority of people are just going to mute it and they won't see if you have an announcement. Whereas if you only ping really important announcements, I feel like a lot of fewer people are going to mute that server. I don't know. I think getting pinged when they go live is good, just not every post and not every other action. I mean, yeah, I don't know. So chat, I mean, where do you guys fall on this? Like, do you, I have opt-in roles, right? I have opt-in roles for going live. Like, do you guys think I should just ping everyone instead of that role? I don't know. It's baffling. I felt so weirdly out of touch seeing the avalanche of people all saying that that was a bad take. And I was like, do I just not have enough ego? Easy, you set up a landing pad on your server where you post the rules and people don't see the other channel until you select at least one role. I mean, fair. Here, take the boba. One for me and one for Hex. Thank you. We love boba here. The only problem with boba is that it's like high sugar. You know what I mean? A lot of the time, like bubble tea drinks are a lot of sugar, but that's okay. I still love them. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Am I missing out? Am I missing out, chat? Should I be pinging everyone 3 times a week? I don't know, man. I don't know, dog. Ooh, I should see if I can make the YouTube pull up the emotes. It's interesting that they don't show up properly on this, but the Twitch ones do. You never had boba, never will? Interesting. That's what I'm saying? Wait, what's what you're saying? I do love boba. It's like a nice sort of chewy texture. Food. I don't know, I just got here. Okay. Well, you're the one who just said that's what I'm saying. So what were you saying? Boba's delightful. I haven't had it in forever. Exactly. Hey, Celeste, how's it going? I don't know if it has milk. Okay, so boba itself is not milk. It's a tapioca thing. Like bubble tea or boba tea, as in liquid that has boba in it, may or may not have milk depending on what kind you get. You know, depending on what kind you get. There's definitely some that use milk and there's definitely some that don't. But you can usually probably ask. But like the actual like boba beads that make it boba are like gummy. They're like little gummies that aren't sweet. Milk and balls. Oh, that's my chat. That's my chat. That's my chat. All right. Anyway, yes, no, it's going great, Celeste. I just got back from a wedding literally today. In fact, I drove home today. Oh my God, my glasses. I can't believe you've done this. I like food so much better than boba, low-key. No hate to people who like boba though. I've never had it, but I want to try it. So far, food is better. I mean, food is better, but it's a fun texture for your snacks. Good to know because you're lactose intolerant. Yeah, I figured if you didn't like the milk. But yeah, I went to a wedding and I want to talk about it in detail and then realize that I really can't because it's like highly doxable. You know what I mean? Like if I gave the location of the wedding, it would be very easy to like look up details on it and, you know, like find out who it was and who was there. Anyone that you know? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think it's anybody that you know, Aaron. It was a college roommate of mine that I have kept in touch with and is one of our D&D players, and I still see him like, you know, every handful of months. So long time friend. But anyway, yeah. So I went to this wedding. It was great. It was nice. It was short. Listen. as a married man, and as a man who has been in multiple weddings, both in terms of as a, you know, a groomsman and just a guest, you can run your wedding however you like, but shorter is better. Shorter is sweeter, okay? Shorter is sweeter. It was like a nice, like pretty short ceremony. I have been shorter is better, folks. That's right, short kings. This is for you, okay? I was in the longest wedding, the longest wedding I've ever been in. I was the best man, and it was a Greek Orthodox wedding. Okay. Now, I suspect that most of you have never been to a Greek Orthodox wedding. But when I tell you that wedding was legitimately an hour long, and I was standing up there in those uncomfortable ass wedding shoes for an entire hour, getting heat stroke in front of thousands of candles as they repeated the ceremony thrice. Like everything was in triplicate. Did somebody say Greek wedding? They sure did. That's me. I'm not Greek, but my best friend is, and I was his grooms or his best man. And it was intense. It was very much like the priest told us ahead of time, don't lock your knees or you'll pass out. He was right. It was a good warning. It was a good warning. I love your videos so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And lives as in like live streams. I assume that's what you mean. I was like confused. I read that as lives, like bro and lives. I'm like, huh? Wait, what? But yeah, like we were all standing there, and we were standing there staring across the aisle at the maids of honor, and it's like every one of us was locked in on the person directly across from us, and we were like thinking to ourselves, am I moving? Am I swaying too much? I feel like I'm moving. I feel like I'm swaying. I feel like I'm not locked in. She looks locked in. Is she locked in and I'm not locked in? Am I letting everyone down? And then like after the ceremony, we all just like collapsed and basically we're like conferring with the people opposite us who had direct line of sight on us. We're like, bro, you were locked in. Was I locked in? They're like, you were locked in. It was good. It was good. No. It's not that you're bad at typing. It's just that word can mean two different things. So I just misread it. Anyway, yeah, that was the longest wedding I've ever been in. And when I got married, let me tell you, we took notes from that to be like, nope, no. No, ma'am. Wedding officiant, please. 10 minutes or less. Like, listen. If you go longer than 15 minutes, somebody's gonna get sore. Joking, but not. Longest wedding you've ever been is 3 hours. Holy shit. Like people were standing the whole time. That's crazy. Yeah, talk to a doctor if your ceremony lasts for more than an hour. Yeah, right. Exactly, dude. My cousin's wedding was over an hour and she made all of us bridesmaids wear heels. Never been so glad to sit down. Exactly. Dude, so you basically lived my pain. Yeah, that standing there in uncomfortable ass shoes. Because, like, listen, I'm not going to pretend that men's dress shoes are as bad as high heels. But what I will say is that I need very intense custom art support that I get prescribed from a doctor and get custom made orthotics. And those do not fit in dress shoes. So although I was not on heels, I was without any of my arch support, and I have high arches, and it was like, I wanted to die. It was the worst. It was so bad. Oh my God. Yeah, so this wedding, contrary to that, bad is bad. I have a love-hate relationship with dress shoes. You wore Jordans to the wedding? I mean, at the wedding we just went to, my wife was like, what shoes should I wear? And I'm like, wear your fucking tennis shoes. And she was like, but, and I was like, literally nobody's gonna look down at your feet. And if they do, like, fuck them. Sounds like murder to me. High arches are bad enough, but shoes make it even worse. Nope. Yeah, did you say you almost got, or you got scammed? Like, tell me about it. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. Yeah. Nowadays, if you're not in the bridal party or wedding, like if you're not a groomsman or a maid of honor, like tennis shoes. It's tennis shoes all day, every day. I did wear fancy shoes to my own wedding, but like it was short. It was short, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Oh my God. West Coast, it's true. I do feel like there's definitely a culture here on the West Coast where we're like, it's fine. Whatever. Like, whatever you want. Just be comfy. I feel like if the bride and groom are wearing comfy shoes, then their bridal party should be able to as well. Oh, yeah, absolutely. When I went with the J's, the Jordans, I watched every single step because I bought those just for the wedding and they were fresh out of the box. Listen, socks and sandals is like a little... I don't know, maybe that's a little bit too casual. Unless you're on a beach. Then, you know, if you're on a beach wedding, then that's totally different too, right? I've also been to a beach wedding, which was fun because of how casual it was, you know? You were offered to draw someone's pet on DeviantArt and you got saved from the scammer. Oh, dude, there's so many scammers. Somebody actually, well, have a good time, Jay. I actually had somebody try and scam me. They approached me in DMs last night or 2 nights ago. And their whole profile looked exactly like a real profile. There's definitely sort of a fake AI scam artist profile aesthetic on Discord, and they did not match that. If you're not aware, the AI scam Discord profile is that like making dreams into whispers of reality, you know, with a bunch of ASCII symbols that make it look all pretty and stuff like that. And then they're always like an artist or a graphics artist, which sucks for real artists, by the way, but they always have that kind of profile. But this one didn't. This one was set up to look exactly like a real streamer profile. It looked basically just like mine. It said where they streamed. It had links to their socials. It had links to their Twitch page. It had you know, like all the shit that you would expect from a real streamer's page. It was the same name, and it wasn't even AI because they had a Discord. Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So yeah, anyway, I was talking to this person. They cold friend requested me, a phishing account, basically. Yeah. They friend requested me. I accepted, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Cautiously, because like cold friend requests are 99.9% of the time a scammer. And, I said hi, and they're like, hello, how's it going? You know, I was like, I checked up on their profiles. They are, in fact, a Twitch partner. You know, like they stream consistently. I went to their page and checked some of their videos. It's a real streamer. I was like, honestly, I'm surprised that this isn't a bot. You know, I get a lot of bot requests this way. And they were like, yeah, I just like to reach out to people and get to know them, you know, personally, rather than trying to do it through social media. And I was like, okay. Interesting, you know. And they were like, oh yeah, you know, I stream. I see that you stream for this long. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, I see you have, you know, 1,600 followers. And I was like, yeah, I do, you know. And he's like, yeah, that's like, yeah, that's awesome, man. And then it hits me with you do know that you could be doing better though, right? And I was just like, okay. I've seen this tactic before. The whole negging tactic. Yeah, you could be doing better. And so I just didn't respond. And I was like, And then after like a minute, they pinged me with a question mark. And then after about another minute, they changed the question mark to tagging my name. So then I went onto this creator's Blue Sky page and direct messaged them and said, hey, this may sound weird, but are you talking to me in Discord right now? And he goes, no, it's a bot, ban them. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what I thought. And he goes, there's been bots impersonating me for a year straight. I have gotten 20 plus messages from people like you every day that they've been talking to bots impersonating me. And I was just like, brother, that's crazy. Anyway, so I banned them, but like, that is some next level shit, because normally these accounts are just sort of made to look kind of real, but if you dig into them, you see that there's no actual substance, whereas this one's just straight up impersonating somebody. It was using his profile picture, it was using all of his social media links, all of that kind of stuff. There was really no way to tell that it wasn't the real person, and like, because Discord hides the like username like number thing, it's not like I can cross-check what the guy's actual number was. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, they've been hijacking accounts too. I've had several friends get their accounts hacked. Yeah, I mean that too. But yeah, I've the whole like negging you things is a classic tactic. I've actually had several people in chat do that here, where they say like, hi, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? They're like, oh, I'm good. How are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm good. And then they're like, I see that you're doing good, but your overlays could use some work. I could help you. I do graphic arts design. And you're like, okay, all right. Okay. It's like the exact same script every time. It's the whole, you could be doing better. Let me fix it for you. And it's crazy. So anyway, as soon as that one hit me with that, I knew it was a bot, and I was like, all right, listen up, you little bitch. But that was, I don't know, man. That was crazy. If you go to their account profile, you should see a little green symbol. If you hover over it, they'll show you the previous number. Yeah, but like, yeah, it's still a little hard. For the low price of 99 payments of $999.99. Yeah, you can also copy their Discord user IDs, but I guess my point is that it's difficult to cross-check against a real user, right? Because no real user is going to tell you their Discord user ID either, so... You sounded like an ad break. Yeah, I feel like I do a pretty good ad announcer. Okay, bye. Yeah. I feel like I can do a pretty good announcer voice and or advertiser. Welcome back. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a piping hot news story. Okay, can you please stop sending the same message though, actually? Where's the TV redeem when you need it? I mean, it is there. This was the DeviantArt account that almost scammed me. Mary Emily 79. Yeah, that's how it sounds too. It do be that way. They're always like, Elizabeth Mary 62. Yeah. There's a lot of those. The telltale sign for that in the jargon. Oh, you're right. I didn't re-enable them because I wanted to disable them for Clock Tower. Thank you for reminding me, actually. Hold on, let me get in here and we'll just do that. Give me 1 second. When I do Blood on the Clock Tower, I do like to turn off the very disruptive ones. For example, putting me in a jar, because, you know, when you've got 8 or 10 other people, I don't want that to be something that's like annoying other people, etc. Hold on, we're almost there. Boop, doop, boop, boop. Trapping a TV, put me in a jar. There we go. All right, they should be back now. My bad. Thanks for the reminder. You never know how long that could be. Oh, I see. Oh, you jarred me and put me in the TV at the same time? That's crazy, dog. That's crazy, dog. Wait, 2 of you did it at the same time? All right. Okay, all right, listen up. Listen up. Okay, you know what? You know what? Hold on. we're gonna just do a little bit of a reset there. We're gonna do a little bit of a reset. Oh no. Okay, hold on. A little bit of a manual fix, you know, it's fine. You sound like that announcer guy from Bone Lab. I've never heard of Bone Lab. I've been told that I have a good like radio voice / podcast voice. Let's see, 19 minutes ago. You know what? We're just gonna reject all of them. That's fine. Some of you just get some points back. And let me go in here and we'll unfuck that. Let's see. Slideshow. Where is that actually though? Overlay scene? Hold on. Be kind of person to say, today on CCTV. Today on CCTV. Yeah. We have a breaking news story. VTuber? Scan lines. There we go. There we go. All right. Listen, if one of you wants to do it, now would be the time. Good Lord. Good Lord. What a shit show. Imagine. The tech scuff here. Here on Grybot TV, we have great stories today. Your streamer can't get his technical scuff fixed. He is an imbecile. Let's see, where is it? Trap me in a TV. Streaming software, source visibility. Yeah, okay, good. It shouldn't be a problem. All right, don't worry about it. We're fine. We're fine. Listen, sometimes when you get complicated chat redeems, you cause yourself problems. A cat stopped an arson attack. More at 11. This cat, ironically named Cinder, was the one who stopped this incendiary situation. This cat demonstrating that it had 9 lives tonight as it daringly jumped into the fire. The conflagration. The classic. The classic. I'm gonna confess, I've never played Roblox. I feel like it's not really my thing. Huh? He's got that unk energy. You have to remember, I'm an ancient creature from before the internet was existed. So like, there's many things that maybe I've done that other people haven't, and many things that like the youths have done that I just did not do. There's a firm period of time. And wait, you're an unk? Yeah, I am. That's what they tell me anyway. That's what the kids say. That's what the youth say. Old man Grybok, big unk energy. I assume I'm using that correctly. You join the Discord? Let's go. Listen, social security number 1. By the way, Midbroman, if you want to get Discord notifications for me going live, there is a role for going live. In fact, if you want those pings, otherwise, you won't get them because we were just discussing that a while ago. 17, 16, 11. Did you know, actually, that in the past, social security numbers used to use an extremely simple way of determining what they were, and eventually it was learned that they could be reverse engineered. And so if you basically knew, I don't remember the exact details, but it was probably like their birthday and city of birth, you could like reverse engineer their social security number. Not in the past, but like... Bro, watch the Declaration of Independence getting signed. Imagine. That would be great, actually. Because if that was true, I'd mean I was filthy rich because compound interest over, 250 years or whatever. Imagine. Bro was at the theater when Abraham Lincoln died. Yeah, man, I've been an avid theater goer for all of my life. I just didn't tell you how long that life was. Man, you got a whole bunch of burns for old people. I'm impressed. I love that for you. I love that for you. I mean, legitimately though, sometimes I'll talk about a movie that I saw in theaters and some people in chat will be like, I wasn't born yet. I'm like, oh no. Oh no, not like this. Not like this. Getting sick burns? Yeah, exactly. Indeed. Wait. Actually, you know what? This is a great opportunity to ask Hex. What is your best joke about Grybach being old?
Oh, Greyback being old. That's easy. I heard that when he was born, the Dead Sea was just getting sick. But don't worry, age is just a number. Unfortunately for you, it's a really big one. Barker.
Bro sold, he was there when Mexico became a country. Which time? Wow, that was brutal. Well, I did tell her to be mean, you know? Bro was there when Adam and Eve ate the apple. Yeah, I was the snake. Yeah. Turns out you've doxed my real name, Adam. Of Adam and Eve fame. Age is just a number, unfortunately for you. It's a really big one. Yep. Yeah, man. Listen, she's built to roast anybody that talks to her, okay? You would dig snake me. Bro's part of the Big Bang. Yeah, that's what we called it in college. Amazing time for the music to cut out. That's an incredible line. Yeah. They're getting smarter, okay? They're getting smarter. They're more deadly, more powerful. Oh my God. They were when The Croods was filmed? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, okay? Listen. I was around for TVs that looked like this, though. My first TV looked just like this. Can I do something that shows you're an onk? Go for it. Hit me with it. It's the Young People's Flintstones movie? What the fuck? What? Cavemen? Oh, I see. I like how one of you gave me the ghost one, and then one of you did the TV, and it combined to make this majestic, ghostly grayscale television. Amazing. Incredible. Peak. Bro sold, he dapped up JFK when he was 10? Yeah, exactly. I was just like Forrest Gump, you know? You just did the ghost block? Yeah, I know. Shoto did Trapped in a TV. Yeah. You just doubled down at the same time. Dueling rewards, if you will. I don't know. You guys like the TV redeem? I find it fun. I think it's funny. Soldy created God and wait, he created God and told him to create Earth. Yeah, that's right. I'm God Unk, if you will. Yeah, the great God Unk. Yeah, somebody flip the channel to channel 9. Is there when Noah made the Ark? Yeah. I think it's funny how many people get Noah and Moses mixed up. I mean, like, I kind of get it, because I think I did too when I was younger. Give us your announcer version of a recap when you were in Clair Obscur. On last episode of Clair Obscur, we found out some big spoilers that I probably won't say right now just in case any chatters are looking to play the game later. As we found these big details, we were left wondering, where does the game have left to go? Grybach then spent the rest of the last 5 days playing off stream and grinding his shit. The leader of the Unkverse? Hell yeah, brother. Bro's a teacher at the first school in 1100. You can use a ship or spill water. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're all about water. It's all water stories, you know? Yeah, that's my best Legend of Korra announcer guy, you know? How many of you guys have seen Legend of Korra? Because I loved the way that they had that old, like, 1920s announcer guy, like, radio announcer guy, or 1930s, like, radio announcer guy. On the last episode of Korra, Amon has gathered the anti-bending squad. Crossing the Jacobs line? I don't know what a Jacobs line is. Bro sounded like Alistair? Which Alistair? Uh-oh. Oh. That's so funny. I realized that it actually screwed up the like green screen effect because of the VFX. That's so funny. Grinding 5 days off stream, I'm gonna destroy the next story staff. I'm sure that I am. I'm not like max level and I haven't done all of the challenges yet, but I'm significantly more powerful than I was then. But that's okay. I figured I wanted to just like do some of that stuff and it was gonna be a while, and yeah, so, you know. About how long do I have left in the story, by the way, Ern? Since I think you've beaten it by now, right? Yeah? Yeah, I defended Queen Victoria 5 times, exactly. But you know what? I was turned into a vampire all the way back then. Yeah. I'm like the Immortal from, Invincible, where he literally was a caveman and was Abraham Lincoln. An hour or two, maybe? Okay, that's kind of what I expected. I kind of expected that it would be like a quick, you know, like not super long, so if I, you know, waited a couple hours. He was the Minions' first boss. I have never seen a Minions movie. Or Despicable Me, for that matter. I was only in Summon Tier in 1632, yeah. Okay. It's gone. Yeah, I noticed that so I have a sort of green... Bro is sold. He watched the builds from Empire being born. Have I been to the underwater zone? I have not yet. It is still red for me. I'm in the 80s. The Immortal said hello to you as a friend from his time. Exactly. Back in the Unga Bunga caveman times. Like, ooh, 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 fire, ooh. Oh my god, wait. Oh, I got turned into Girlbach? Okay, got it. Understood. Understood. Wait, actually, hold on. Now I need to check with my new keybind. Oh my god. Oh, that probably hits F1. Oh, that's super funny. Hey, they work, baby. All right. Wait, hold on. F1. Control F1. There we go. Amazing. Amazing. Red is just a suggestion with enough firepower. True. It's true. Yeah, speaking of bringing out the big guns, the cannons, the equipment, the power-ups. Yeah. That's right, baby. That's really funny that I just figured out how to do a wave on this model. Bro, was there when Adam and Eve had fun?
Hearest thou my voice still?
True. Do you, though? The ASMR? Let's go. Dude, was Adam? Yeah. Watch the creation of cholera? Yeah, I destroyed them all on the Oregon Trail. I did watch the Cube Game video that you submitted in the, I don't remember if it was the memes channel. That like brought back so many old school memories. It's like the ancient times. Wait. Oh, a full English breakfast? I don't remember what a full English breakfast is. I feel like it's boring though, because the English don't know how to cook. Full English breakfast, what is it? A hearty dish typically consisting of a variety of cooked meats, eggs, vegetables, and bread. I mean, it's probably fine. It's just boring. You have died of dysentery. That's right. That's right. On today's menu, dysentery and cholera. Make sure to eat your oranges, folks, or scurvy will be on the menu tonight. Yeah, boring but a good mix of nutrients. Yeah, exactly. Unlike me, who basically didn't eat dinner and is drinking at 6 o'clock, let's go. Classic. His great-great-grandpa calls him dad. Hey, wait a minute. That feels like some time travel fucky-wucky, which could be funny. Bro told he played floppy disk computer games. I did. That one's actually true, though. Unlike all these other exaggerations that are hilarious, that one is actually true. You lost your rank game? What game was it? Was it League? Because if it was, you deserved it. Oh, you're playing CS? Holy shit. You're obliged to mention that floppy disk sounds kind of sus. You know what sounds more sus? How about a 3.5-inch floppy? Thinking about playing ARAM? I mean, whatever. That's fine. What? That's actually literally what floppy disks were. They were 3.5-inch floppy disks. A 3.5-inch floppy. Yup. 3.5-inch floppy sounds so wrong? Yup. Listen, that's just what it was back in the day. I know, the edge. Tragicamente. Yeah, it started with 5 1/4. Exactly. Oh, exactly. Why so small? Well, who's small? What's small? Hmm? Three and a half inches? Well, like, it's 3.5 inches long and like 2 and something inches wide, I think. Or are we switching topics here? 3.5 inches floppy is pretty big. Unless you're a shower, then it's not. But I mean, honestly though, honestly, a lot of computer, like you can make a whole list of things, like a solid state drive, if you know what I mean, a hard drive. Yeah. Ooh, scusi. Just a cute little burp, you know, hee hee ha ha. Yeah, exactly. Pepper grinder. Yeah, man, I'm a fan of that one. Like, did you, oh, by the way, side note, how many of you guys knew that paprika is literally just like ground up, dried bell pepper? Because I didn't. Got smacked with 3 minutes of ads. Yeah, that is unfortunately how it goes. Unfortunately, that is what the reality is on twitch.tv. You either have to go 3.5 minutes or have pre-rolls and turn off every new person from your stream ever, because nobody wants to watch an ad the first thing that they see. They'll just leave. Big Sag. Big Sag. Yeah, it's really sad. Sold that Muhammad Ali was a child? I mean, true. I was sold that everybody was a child. Also, Meow Meow, you saw my 2.0 on Twitter, huh? Right? I'm remembering your Twitter username correctly, right? Wait, 2.0? Yeah, you know about the 2.0. Surely you've been here when I was talking about it, right? All right. The teaser, yeah, it was the teaser on Twitter. Yeah. Is it out? Listen, if you dig through my Twitter profile, you can find it. The design is done. We're you know what? Listen. Since it's on Twitter, I can show you guys a little preview if you want. I'll show you the same preview that I put on Twitter. How about that? How's that? Ooh, wait. Oh, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna do the glasses and then we're gonna stop. Okay, there we go. This is why you should ping me hard. Ping me harder? Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, I'm definitely gonna ping when the real thing happens. The art for this should start in June, hopefully, for the actual model. But the design has been done for a couple of weeks now, and I will just put it on stream here really quick. Boop. Gonna be huge. We'll just like move me over here just a little bit. You love getting pinged? Oh God, I pinned myself. There you go, chat. This is your sneak peek at Gry 2.0. Look at that vest collar. Oh my God, Mint, one of the OGs. You've been here since the old days. Holy shit, Mint. What a legend. I see pecs. Yeah, you do. There's abs too. There's abs too. Yeah, I'm hoping everybody likes it. It's definitely a departure, but at the same time, there's some familiarity, you know? We got a lot of details in here. Bro was there when Jesus was born. Yeah. It was so we've got holographic wings coming out from the waist, kind of like a succubus, you know? I think that's kind of a fun feature. We've got some circuit design for our lapels and our overcoat. Here, hold on. Let me, what if I just went like this? Hold on, there we go. We're gonna like zoom over a little bit. Yeah. The parts that are obviously RGB, as in like rainbow lines, should be animated. Looks like an Apex character. I hope that's a compliment. Uh-oh. Oh no. He's coming back. Or League. Yeah, we love the League. Yeah, see, now you get to see the like comparison here. We got old and new, okay? Or new and old, so to speak. So, yeah, we got some nice RGB lines that should keep some little visual interest for those of you, so that we can emo versus not emo. I don't know. Is the one on the left more emo? I don't know about that. I feel like it's definitely more vampire. There's more vampire to the aesthetic of the clothing, I think, than the tech wear. Than tech wear, lad. I became more vampire. That is a goal. That was a goal. Yeah. Pursuant to that, we should have riggable emotive ears, which is a fan of something that I think is fun. Yeah. So there you go. There's your little sneak peek-a-rooney, so to speak. Bro looks like a 17-year-old Gooner Girls OC. Okay, now listen. I don't know if that's rude or not. I'll be somebody's gooner fantasy. I don't know if I want to be a 17-year-old girl's gooner. Jesus Christ. Oh, anyway, there you go. There's what we've been cooking. We've been baking for a little while, okay? All right. So, I hope you like it. I am excited for... Actually, you know what? While we're at it, I can bring up the artist page that we're going to be getting. Hold on. He was there when the plane hit the North Tower. I was in high school when the plane hit the tower. I want you to understand, they wheeled the TV into my English class and we watched it happen live, okay? I need you to understand that when the millennial generation is fucked up, that's why. We are the generation that watched fucking the two towers get hit live on national television, okay? All right, listen. Listen. Yeah, you just gotten out of the Navy. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Bro is certified unk. That's what they keep telling me, you know? That's what they keep telling me. All right, hold on. Here we go. Oh, sorry for the flashbang. Here is some art that the artist that I'm working with has you know what, we're gonna just go like this. We're gonna go down here. This is there's a men. Yes, I picked them because they do hot men and cute ladies as well. Yeah, I am half naked. Listen, you know? Open image, new tab. Can I zoom in on this? Not very well. It's fine. Look at all these beautiful people. Look at them. Look at all these excellent men and ladies. Oops, no, that's fine. We're just gonna go back to 100%. There we go. Yeah, look at these. Behold these lads. So yeah, this is gonna be my model artist. Hot Meb! EK men. Yeah, exactly. See, listen, I know what my audience wants, okay? Bro so old he calls 2011 the old times? No, I think you have that backwards, okay? I'm so old that I call 2011 not that long ago. I called 2001 not that long ago. People be like, you know, oh, Full Metal Alchemist, that's an oldie. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, so here we go. I was there when Newton got hit with the apple. God damn, dude. Back in my day, like which era? You guys are fucked up. I love it. I love it. It's so good. Oh my God. Amazing. Incredible. Immaculate. You love to see it. The Roman Empire, apparently. Listen, I do have a helmet, like a gladiator helmet. That's the same style that Maximus wore in Gladiator, that I bought in Rome, and then they like gave me shit when I tried to have it in the airport. I'm so old that Julius Caesar was my brother. He wasn't my brother, he was my nephew. I was talking about the rights of men and the Republic. I was one of the people who stabbed Caesar. That's fucked up, dog. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, man. Thank you for stopping by. One of my OGs, one of my oldest viewers. She hasn't forgot about me. Etu Greibach. Yeah, exactly. That's me. You know, I was named after those damn barbarians, the Germanic people, you know? One of those damn Germanics. Every time I say that, it makes me want to like joke about my family name that's German, and then I'm like, wait, probably not smart. Probably shouldn't do that. Probably shouldn't do that. Now I need Grybok in a toga, but somehow also with glasses. That would be kind of fun, actually. You remember the petting the British royalist turtle when he was little? Sausage, German sausage. Oh yeah. Schnitzel. Deine Schnitzel. I just got a whole bunch of Gamer Subs flavors for the non-caffeinated ones. So I've been trying them out the last couple days. I got the Blowhole Blast, which turns out is basically just pina colada, but because it's bright blue, it threw me off and I couldn't figure out what flavors it was. You guys ever have that where something has a flavor, but because it has an artificial color that isn't what you would expect the flavor to be, it confuses your brain for a while and you can't figure out what you're actually tasting? Because that definitely happened with me on Blowhole Blast. He was Eve's side piece. Oh my god, imagine Adam sitting in the cuck chair. They did the dirty so that Eve could cover up that I was the side piece. Holy shit. Gry photoshopped into all the historic pictures and artworks. I mean, the problem is I'm a digital entity and there weren't digital things back then. So like, what if you just photoshopped me into like all of the technological things, like the invention of Facebook, like pictures from old Microsoft things, like old app, like have me in the background of Steve Jobs presentations. I'm like Sam Reich. I've been here the whole time. Amazing. Incredible. Maybe you've aged like the guy in Inception where he becomes an old man in the blink of an eye. Could be. Yeah, I was just dormant. I was just hibernating until the invention of the digital device so that I could wake up. True. Yeah, what if I've just like recreated myself in all of the ancient events? You know, I've just like imagined them all. Now where can I get a war hero? Get some lubrication. Wait, why am I asking for lubrication? That's crazy. That's crazy, dog. I'm not sponsored by fuck, what's that brand? Tanga. Yet. Tanga, if you're listening. Hey Angel, how's it going? Chat is making fun of me. They're dunking on how old I am by talking about all of the ancient historical events that I was there to witness. Tenga, if you're listening, he's open. Yeah, why are more male VTubers not sponsored by Tenga? Let's be real here. We've got so many female VTubers that are sponsored by Love Ents. Like, is it Love Ents or is it Love Ents? I think. Old enough to read the original Epic of Gilgamesh? Yeah, in its original language, no less. I can point out all of the transcription errors in the various Bibles because I was there for the original. I was there when it was written. You just broke your headphones? Oh no! Oh no! That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Some of the jokes just being accurate? Yeah, true. True. Man, it sucks to lose a good pair of headphones. I pretty recently got my first pair of Bluetooth headphones. I've been using wired headphones the whole time because, and I still do think that they're better, but the convenience of Bluetooth finally kicked over. I still stream with wired headphones for the record, but for my phone and laptop, I use some Sony headphones now. Literally saw the start of Civilization. Yeah, it was in the mid 90s. It was 2D, very sprite based, and then you like moved around and built up your wonders. I love how Kirby and I made the exact same joke. That's actually true though, Angel. That's actually true. I hate to break it to you if this is your first time realizing that Gry is an old man, certified unk status, but I did play Atari games and the very first Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games all the way. I'm not a baby, you're just slightly more unk than me. You're grand unk. If old, why sassy? Because being old means that I've had more time to develop my sass. What games did I play on the Atari? I think it was like Missile Command. There were a few. I didn't own an Atari. Actually, my parents' friends owned an Atari. And so when we would like visit them, I would play on their Atari. My first system that I owned, or that my parents bought me, was a Super Nintendo. The Nintendo was out and I had some friends with one, but my parents didn't buy me one. So my first one was a Super Nintendo. Or a Game Boy. I always forget if it's Super Nintendo or Game Boy at this point, because they were both kind of close to each other. So I can't remember if I owned a Game Boy or a Super Nintendo first, but original Game Boy, the monochrome. That's why my redeem for the Game Boy filter looks like that. It's because it looks like how I remember the Game Boy looking, all pixelated and all shades of green. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Mid-Broman. Is it Mid-Broman or Broman? Like, could really go either way. Yeah. Some of my very first like games that I owned would have been the old Mid-Broman. Mid-Broman. Some of the first video games I owned were like The Lion King on Super Nintendo. Notoriously difficult. Super Mario World. Somewhere in there, Mega Man X. Big fan of Mega Man X. Super Mario RPG. I don't know. I still have like all of my old game cartridges. Maybe I should do, ooh, that's a great idea. Hold on. I'm gonna write this down. This is a great stream idea. Doing a old video game cartridge like hand cam stream. This is actually a great idea. You cannot convince me otherwise. Old game hand cam stream. I actually love this idea. I should make that happen soon. I have them all. I still have all of them. Dusting off the ancient tech? Exactly. I wish I'd gotten one. My first was an Xbox original that my dad owned, then a 360. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, valid, you know? Those are solid old consoles. I never owned an original Xbox. My friends did. We played Halo. Really the only Xbox games I played were Halo games, I think. I did own a 360 and I really enjoyed the 360. And then I've never owned an Xbox since, like before or since. I only owned the 360. I don't remember why, but I was fairly disillusioned by the one that came after the 360. And I switched over to play. I did have a PlayStation 1. I've had every PlayStation, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I had a PS1, PS2, PS3, 4, 5. Yeah, so consistently PlayStation has been like my favorite console, but I've had most of the Nintendo consoles also. The Red Ring of Death was egregious. Oh my God, I know. Oh, Sonic games. I played Sonic games on the original Sega, also at a friend's house. Did not own that one either. Just Dance, I also didn't play, but I did play DDR, like back in the day. I went to an arcade a couple months ago, and I played DDR in the arcade after having not played it for at least 15 or 20 years. The good news is my brain still remembers how to read it quickly enough to do it, and my body remembered how to do it, but my fitness did not keep up, and so I got real fucking tired after about 2 songs. I was actually dying, but I still did remember how to play it. Yeah, DDR is so good. It's so good. I was in a college club for DDR and had a ton of fun with that. It was great. What a great game. Horrible game if you live in an apartment and somebody above you plays DDR. You can imagine. God damn. Oh, man. Only ever owned a PS1 and PS2. I mean, I did get into console gaming for a long time, and I still am a PC gaming for a long time. And I did PC gaming also kind of my whole life, but consoles have just gotten so much more reliable that that's the main thing that I focus on now, because it's nice to just be able to play on my couch and just have it work. You know, all of the gains of PC are immediately offset by driver issues or hardware problems or like anti-cheat software or yada 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 yada. DRR sounds really funny to me because it's short for male. I played PC mostly my entire life. Yeah, it used to be that PC games were so much better looking than console games that it was just like, yeah, if you really want the games to look good, it should be on PC. But these days, all of the game makers recognize that console markets are so big that they really just optimize around console performance most of the time. And then like PC looks a little better, but not that much better, in my opinion. Never owned a PS3, but I played Lego Star Wars on it, the original Xbox. I played Pac-Man and NBA Live, or an NBA game. Yeah. I mean, man, was it? I think it was on the 360. I played a game called Split Second. It was one of my favorite games that I'm so sad did not do well. It was a racing game, but the conceit of it was that it was a racing game, a reality TV show where the gameplay is all racing, but because it's like reality TV, all of the courses were rigged with like explosives and hazards. And so, yeah. And so it's kind of like Mario Kart in the sense that it's not very realistic, but it looks realistic, unlike Mario Kart. And then like, instead of having items that you throw at people, you basically activated explosives and like made things cave in and topple over and blow up the course in order to hit your opponents. And if you saved up enough energy, you could like completely alter the course by having, say, like a dam explode and flood the entire course, and you have to like go a completely different route and things like that. It was so good and it was so fun. And unfortunately, it kind of just didn't have much marketing. And yeah, like it just didn't do very well, but it was so good. It was so legit. Oh, pardonnez-moi. Lego Star Wars speedrun is nuts. That doesn't surprise me. I still remember the old Half-Life 1 speedruns where they would like climb on laser mines because you could stand on them, and then they would like map out themselves and then, you know, warp to other places or things like that. Also, like Ocarina of Time speedruns, those things were those were crazy. I remember some of those. I loved the bugs in Ocarina of Time, especially because they were console games, so they weren't patchable. Like there were some really funny things you could do, and a lot of them had to do with, it was like a no sword glitch where you like lose your sword temporarily and you're supposed to go get it back, but if you save and exit the game, save and exit puts you back at the beginning of the dungeon instead of in the middle of the boss fight. And so since you saved when you didn't have a sword, then you didn't have a sword when you spawned back. And so then when you did that, it opened up a shitload of other glitches. My sustenance is here. Ooh, the food, love it. When you did that, it opened up a ton of other glitches that let you do really weird stuff. Like it let you use other items from horseback, including the hook shot. And then if you hook shot something like a sign while you were on horseback, your hook shot wouldn't detach because it tried to pull you towards the sign, but you couldn't pull towards the sign because you were on horseback. And then when you got off your horse, you would be like flying but tethered to the sign, and then you could do all these other weird things that you like. It was really funny, all the glitches that came about because of this like minor moment that was only supposed to be during a boss fight. And then save and quitting. I know that there was some weird stuff where you like go down an elevator and then you wait a certain number of seconds, turn around, hit something, and then you like warp to the end of the game. You're planning on the Nintendo Switch 2. You heard I don't actually own it and can't customize it. Okay. So it's complicated. Okay, on the one hand, it's sort of just talking about a problem that I have in general with modern electronics, where they basically argue that you don't own anything, you just own a license to use that thing because the internet allows them to have that authority over you. That is true of every video game that you own, and effectively true of any console that you own. They just don't really do it very much. And I think that that's a problem, and I think it's a problem that we're not going to address, unfortunately. So, like, that aspect sucks, but also isn't actually really anything all that new. And I think for Nintendo, that's really only going to come up if you're getting on their platform and, like, causing problems for people. Then they'll go, all right, fine, we're nuking it. They might get pissy if you try and hack it, which I understand from their perspective why they don't want you to hack the console so that you can basically pirate everything. That's one of those, like, really tricky gray areas where I think that you should be allowed to, like, hack your own electronics, but at the same time, piracy is definitely something that companies want to avoid for obvious reasons. I think Nintendo is a little bit more of a stickler about it, and I think that it's somewhat of a self-imposed problem because of the shitty way that they do re-release the same game all the time on different consoles and make you rebuy the same 30-year-old game over and over and over again. Unlike normal retailers where you buy a digital copy and then you can play it basically forever on new consoles and stuff. So some of it's kind of their own fault, but some of it is also legitimately problematic actors. In terms of, like, not owning your games, again, it's kind of the same as before. The whole like fake lending where you can lend a cartridge, but the cartridge is like, you can, like, lend a copy of the game, but you have to lend it physically in person, and then it only lasts for a couple weeks, is again kind of shitty. It seems like their version of preventing people from sharing their account with 10 people so that all of them just play on one purchased account. Ooh, is that gonna end? Is that bongo cat just gonna stay there forever? That's not the worst thing. Oh, there it went right as I was saying it. Like, at the end of the day, I think that the Switch 2 is gonna be fine. I think it'll be fine. I think that the major detractions from it are mostly abstract and realistically apply to most other consoles. Other things that are annoying about it, like increasing the price of games to, like, $90 base, is also annoying, but is also going to just be the industry standard. I think Microsoft already said that they're basically upping the base price to $80 now. So I think that they were just the first ones to strike on that. But, like, I don't know. It's to me, it's not that worth it for the time being. But if there's games that you really want to play and they're only on that console, that is why Nintendo has had dominance forever, because they have some of the best polished first-party games that only exist on that console. So if you still want to play those games, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like some of the things that they're doing, but I also am a realist and say that I don't think it's actually all that different from what all the other console manufacturers do. Unfortunately, people just like to point at it and then be like, ew, disgusting, let's make a hate brigade. You know, I don't know. So it just depends. Like, I don't like that the Switch 1 lasted for so long on 30 FPS. And it seems like they've mostly, like, cleaned that up on the Switch 2, and that it's going to be shooting for higher FPS. But that I also recognize is a me thing. I realize that most people don't care about that. So, I don't know. I think it's fine. Hey, Cherry, how's it going?
Whatever you say, boomer.
That's right. Where was that redeem when I was being a boomer earlier and talking about how old I was? Amazing. Amazing. Incredible. Incroyable. Cherry, I was looking at your channel the other day. You're doing really fucking well. Like, insanely well. Holy shit. You're like a fucking certified master streamer. Certified master streamer. Yeah. Also, One Trick Life Weaver. I respect it. I respect it. Incredible. Incredible. You have to agree with me about the specs because I'm right. Yeah. Yeah. How can you not love him? I know. Well, listen, I came up playing Lucio back when the only healers were Lucio, Mercy, Ana, and Zen. So back when Symmetra was still a support. So Lucio is my favorite support, and I do love him dearly. You're a pro at Lucio Surf, like as in the mini games, or by pro I mean I cannot finish a single map. Oh. Yeah, boy. You should have, I don't know how long you've played Overwatch, but like back in Overwatch 1, his wall riding was so nutty for a while there because the speed boost that he got for wall jumping stacked and didn't really have a cap. And so you could like hyper jump off of small areas and accelerate to like triple your speed. About 2 years ago, you started playing when Lifeweaver came out. Oh, okay. Yeah. Old Lucio's wall riding was absolutely insane. It was like, because also they let you jump off of the same surface more than once in a row, that they have removed that now. And so you could just like skim on the same wall and keep jumping and boosting faster and faster and faster. Old Lucio was a menace. You recently learned about the Widowmaker ult and how it made her butt bigger. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, old Overwatch was goofy. There was some wild design decisions. You're lying. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm basically done buying from Nintendo until they smarten up. I have everything I need, and if they try and take my digital keys away despite them being physical cartridges, it's not like I'm losing everything. Yeah, yeah. No, that's fine. No worries. I remember playing Overwatch on release and then forgot my login, so I bought Overwatch again and did it twice. Oops. Nintendo's going the way of ebooks, it sounds like. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. Well, I mean, really, that's basically all of software has been that way for ages. And it's just that now that they've basically gotten away with saying, well, we expect to be updating every game instead of just launching them finished, which it is for better and worse. It means that they can fix problems, but it also means that it allows them access to basically brick it. So yeah, man. It's very annoying. The whole license versus actual ownership is definitely an issue that I have a big sticking point with. It's your first time seeing the chibi? The little gremlin? Yeah. Do you want to see a preview of my 2.0? I was showing it off earlier because I posted it on Twitter. So I can bring it back up again if you want. Here we go. Let's just listen. He's gonna be huge again. Listen, YouTube, I'm not focusing on the bulge. It's just what it is. Okay, listen, it's not my fault. It's not my fault that I'm, a thirst trap incarnate and it spawns centered right on the crotch. What about that? Chill. No, you can cap spam, show your excitement. It's great. I see no issue. Yeah, I see no issue. Very excited. Yes, we've got RGB gauntlets. We got some RGB lining on the vest and stuff. Yeah. This is a very high quality image, so I can zoom like way in on it. Oh, Okay, I say that and it lags. All right, chill, chill. Oh, it's because my model was switching. Okay, okay, okay. There we go. I was like, why did it start lagging? That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. RGB make me LGBT. Amazing. We love to see it. Can't wait to see his eyes rigged. They're going to be gorgeous. Yeah, I'm excited. We're slightly changing the eye design. It's a little bit hard to see here, but the eyes are going to be like sort of a slightly sharper looking power button where the center slit is still black, but then there's like an outline of a circle around it. The crevice between the pecs. Yeah, we love to see it. RGB lines on the face. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But like, what if I pinned this around my head? Am looking respectfully? Yeah. No, it's fine. We'll go with that. All right. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Anyway, I do have a full design sheet, but I haven't shared that publicly yet. But I did. Iron Mouse was doing a design review stream, and I was like, should I? Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll do it. We'll do it. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Yes, very excited. Hopefully that coincides with what I was saying before, which is that it's going to be a pretty big difference from my current model, but at the same time, there's going to be a lot of similar elements and like theming, even though it looks pretty different. Like it looks familiar, but different. So when am I planning my redebut? I don't know. Later this year. Later this year. Model art should start in June. And ideally, rigging would start in like August, maybe. Maybe July or August, maybe. The art is a more certain thing. The rigging is a little bit, it's like that was a projection. You know what I mean? So, you know, it'll be a while. It's hard to get artists and riggers, especially ones that have like a good track record. So, but I have spoken. I've already paid the artist, and the rigger says that she should be good to work on it. You know, assuming that the art comes out correct, which, you know, hopefully. So, yup, it's gonna still be a bit. It's always a bit. Just gonna listen to you and do my homework. No worries, no worries. I firmly am aware that I'm often a second monitor streamer, if you will. My model art just started yesterday. Let's go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Is this gonna be your first custom model, or? It's very exciting. First custom, let's go. Let's go. Oh, sorry. Scratching my nose, which fucks with the tracker. Yeah. Yes, I was talking about emotes a few weeks ago. That's right. I am. Yes, I'm going to redo everything. I'm going to keep a lot of the same style because I'm going to go with the same main emote artist, but a few of them are, you know, they're going to have to be like updated for the new style of like hair and face and stuff like that. And I'm going to swap out a few that aren't used very often and add a few that are fun. So yeah, it's going to be like some of the same template, but like a different art. And then, yeah, like I said, a few new ones and stuff. Please keep the lick. Oh, I'm keeping the lick. Oh, I'm keeping the lick. Lick obligatory. I can't use it here? Wait. Oh, yeah, because it's a sub emote. Yeah, I forgot. My bad. Yeah. It's a sub emote. Yeah. I think all animated emotes are sub emotes. Unfortunately. It is what it is. It is what it is. Wait, hold on. I can spoil a little extra. Hold on. Let's see. 2.0 refs. Here, we'll... I might have a tongue with a little bit more action. Behold, what that tongue doing though? Illustrated by Zungi, the Venom tongue. Yeah, baby, let's go. Me when someone offers me a pipe bomb. Hey, yo. Are you allowed to say that on Twitch? That's crazy. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. Oh, a bomb pop. Cherry Star, a menace to society. Yeah, what is a bomb pop? Never heard of it. Rocket pops? Are those like the popsicle things? Yeah, it's a yeah. Okay. I got you. Okay. Yeah, pipe bomb is something a little bit different. You know what I mean? Holy crap. I love fruit bar popsicles. I mean, popsicles are great. I can be trusted, FBI. I swear, not me, woo. Let's see, where is this shit? Sounds. FBI, open up! Oh man. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good times, you know? It's good. Yeah, you're not ready for your finals on June 6th? Ah, you got time. You got a couple weeks. You'll be fine. Just study and rest. You know, make sure that you rest up enough. Being overly stressed is like, it's real bad. It's real bad. Lore-wise, will the FBI and other police programs knock and then yell at your digital door or something? No, they can't get to me. I'm immune to the coppers. Like most vampires, we actually control them. Law enforcement is a tool of the long-lived and immortal to keep down the man. I have too many firewalls? Exactly. Yeah, that's right. That's right. They can't enter my domain. I own this city. Cops are on the payroll. I'm hiding in your Wi-Fi? I am. No. I am not those. They all just work for me. Actually... That reminds me. You remember how I was talking about how, welcome to the database, Skylar Caputo? Maybe? There we go. Even the IRS, the IRS will never find me, baby. Remember the other, you can't, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the compliment. Do not hide my Wi-Fi, not my internet records. Oh, don't worry. I know what you hide in there. Remember how I was talking about how there's a new Mission Impossible coming out and I wanted to go see it? Well, I kind of realized that I forgot what happened in the last one. And so my wife and I watched it over the weekend. Man, let me tell you. That movie is really depressing in the year 2025. You can't, sorry. Are you apologizing for like, I don't know if I want to call it simping yet, but like, don't worry about it. That's fine. It's allowed. I realized I skipped to James Bond when I watched the most recent one. You were so confused. Yeah. Let me tell you, the most recent plotline of Mission Impossible is so depressing in the year 2025. The bare bones premise is that the CIA created an AI that has gone rogue and is manipulating all of the information services, including news, social media, etc., in order to control the world through a combination of blackmail and exploiting the fact that we now live in a post-truth society for its own gains, and so that they can control the narrative of everything and control everything. And I'm just like, oh, the psychic damage. It's too real. There's a new Mission Impossible. There's one coming out this weekend, in fact. It is a part 2. The last one came out in 2023, and it was part 1. So I rewatched that because I kind of forgot about it. I think I'll try to guess what you are. I am not an alien. I'm not an alien. You have to see them then? Oh, dude, Mission Impossible is pretty good. Mission Impossible is a franchise. Okay, now don't take this in the weird way. Don't take this in the weird way, but in some ways it mirrors the progression of the Fast and the Furious. Okay? I'll explain that in a second. I am a digital vampire, which is a concept that I came up with myself. I am a being that was uploaded onto the internet and exists in all electronic devices. And I prey on other digital entities like content creators, VTubers, and other pieces of data. That's right. That's me. So I got these fangies, but don't worry. They can't hurt you out there. But I am in your router. I know what you've looked at. I look so outer spacey. I mean, do I? Or do I just look techware-y? Not quite the same. I am also doing a Model 2.0, which is going to look more vampire-y. I saw your Gacha Club? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Why do you think I hate Gacha so much? I've seen how much you spend on it. My colors look alien? I think my colors just look out of the early 90s, late 80s. Being in my router will hurt me more than biting me. I've seen your lads receipts. I have. Amazing. Incroyable. Okay, so Mission Impossible. All right. Mission Impossible, much like the Fast and the Furious, the first movie was somewhat down to earth. It involved a simple premise. In the case of the first Mission Impossible, his team was betrayed and he has to clear his own innocence by stealing something from the CIA. Much like in Fast and the Furious, they're stealing VCR TVs in the early 2000s. It was all the hit, trust me, guys. As the movies have gone on, the scope has expanded and they've become ensemble superhero movies around the same entry. Fast and Furious 5 is when it turned into like an ensemble heist movie, and that's kind of true with Mission Impossible. Right around Mission Impossible 4 is when they added more cast members that were recurring, and it was basically like a superhero heist movie with a spy paint of coat. A cute alien name? Well, listen, I'll take the cute part. Hydrate? You want me to take care of myself? That's crazy. Well, I will have you know that Greibach is actually a callback to a very nerdy reference in computer science. Did I eat yet? I ate half of an apple fritter today. How's that? Is that enough to satisfy the requirements? Listen, I need to be going on a diet. It's fine. It's fine. I thought Greibach was something classical like Mozart. I mean, yeah. Okay, how many of you are familiar with Noam Chomsky? Often brought up in political discussion as an old man that's very anti-capitalism. He was a contemporary / is a contemporary with somebody named Sheila Greibach, both of whom have formal language models for computation known as Greibach normal form and Chomsky normal form, both of which I had to learn in college. And the name Greibach I just thought sounded kind of funny, and we made jokes about it. And I turned my super edgy teenager sounding username into Greibach 20 years ago, and it's just kind of stuck because nobody actually knows the origin of that. Chomsky sounds like a Pokemon. How is there not a Chomsky Pokemon by now? Actually, let's be real. Imagine if I choose Chomsky as a streamer name, though. I mean, true. Chomsky also does sound like a vampire. Got them chompers. Gang, 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 gang. Anyway, but yes, I do recognize that my color scheme is very non-traditional for vampires. I think the idea is like the closer description might be more like synthwave vampire, you know, like Trapinch, yeah, or like ooh, what's that bulldog Pokemon that has like a massive mouth, whatever it's called. Imagine if vampires really existed. Totally fucking cool. Yeah, that's me. Listen, I'm a big fan of Vampire the Masquerade as a concept. It is a tabletop role-playing game that has also had a bunch of video games about it, most of which are just kind of subpar. But one of the conceits is kind of that the supernatural creatures have just integrated into society and stay hidden. And so there's a lot of really fun depictions of like modern day vampires and how they would just be like tech bro billionaires behind the scenes that just like nobody ever sees because they're vampires, or they just like own the entire nightlife of a city. And I kind of vibe with that. I kind of love the idea of vampires just holding the levers of political power and, you know, just nobody cares. I would let the vampire suck my blood because I need to be a vampire angel demon hybrid. Imagine. Reminds me of a plot, a BL plot where Dracula was a doctor. I mean, kind of fits. Easy access to blood bank blood. Although, listen, blood bank blood is like having a microwave burrito, okay? It's just not the same. It's good in a pinch and if you're lazy, but like... Actually, in the modern day incarnation of Vampire the Masquerade, there are like traits that you can spend experience on to basically have a group of you can basically have groupies that like worship the ground you walk on and are easy to feed on. Which is so real, like influencer vampires that people like don't know are vampires, but they'll do it if you ask. Wild. It's wild. Yeah, stop myself from decomposing further. Exactly. You want the sauce? Hello? In this chat? On this day? That's crazy, dog. Also, last stream, maybe 2 streams ago, I learned that you can do ! avatar and then the name of the Pokemon you want to be. Incredible. What a great way to do it. I'll put in the BL channel. Oh, that kind of sauce. Oh, I see. I misunderstood. BL channel needs more firepower. Does it though? I'm Eevee, okay? Always? I mean, fair enough. The real age-old debate in Discord servers is like, should I include a hentai channel? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to take that step. I don't know if I'm ready to take that step with you guys. That's a little TMI, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's one of my friends' Discord. Yeah, it's especially weird when you have real life friends in your Discord. Absolutely bombarded. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know that I want to see my friends' kinks. You know what I mean? That's a little too much. I don't roll like that. I literally woke up to over 100 messages. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy, dog. Hey, you made a Pikachu. Let's go. Pikachu. I don't know how to do the Pikachu voice. I know some women that are like perfect at making the Pikachu voice. Best I can do is like Onyx, Graveler, Geodude. It is kind of funny that they just decided in the TV show that they would just say their own names. Only one of my friends even knows that I'm obsessed with Ben and she gets the brunt. I can do Pikachu's voice. I should be paid for it. Fair enough. All right, we're going to BRB because I talked right through the last one. I need to refill my drinks and, you know, be the #1 vtuber NA. BRB. finishing up some cheese stick. You know, I used to be someone who would only eat mozzarella sticks by like pulling them apart. String cheese, I should say. I've given up. I don't care. I just eat them in a couple of bites now. Oh, this music. Oh my God. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh, this game is so good. I got bored of eating cheese sticks. I ate them sideways. Okay, that's crazy. All right, that's crazy, y'all. Listen. That's crazy. Okay. Those of you who haven't played this game don't know how much I had to go through to get this. This annoyed me. This annoyed the shit out of me to get this outfit. You have to do a challenge where you have to parry 15 attacks consecutively without missing one. And I would like, bro, I was tilting. I was tilting. But you know what? It's fine. I got it. And so now I'm wearing it. It's not necessarily my favorite outfit, but we're wearing it. It's not bad. I do like it. Ooh. Ooh. Why, hello again. How's it going, Falcontier? How you doing? I see you taking your daily bite. Wait, is that like a... Wait, have I just missed this whole time? Oh, no, that's just one of their stupid, Hold on. These are just enemies. All right, I've killed these. The fact that I can see that guy's torch from, like, outer space. You may have nuked that one by accident and still got the outfit. Wait, really? That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't know that you could do that. I thought it was actually gonna force you to do it. Cause you do, you don't actually have to like kill her. You can just do the parry. That's funny. I didn't realize. I thought you actually like had to do it. Kind of like some of the other ones where they like failed you until you actually did what they asked you to. I'm doing good, doing good. I am happy to be back streaming. I was gone for a wedding and we're back here about to finish off Clair Obscur. Yeah, we're enjoying it quite a bit. I have definitely advanced a bunch. I don't know exactly how long I have left, but probably not too long. Probably not too long. My characters are not max level by any means, but oh, here we go. Oh, oui, oui, lumière. I definitely have to start playing though and like finishing it because now I'm starting to see people on TikTok that are showing spoilers from major segments. Bad form, by the way. Oh, the Francois Bock. Yeah, that's right. That's right, baby. My L is still nowhere near as powerful as yours is, Urin. I think the highest I've gotten was like 15 million from a single hit.
Wait for us here. It's dangerous for you near Papa. We'll have to move fast. I can't maintain them for very long.
I can't maintain them. Oh, is this like the army that we rezzed at the end of the last cutscene? Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, my team is not fully annihilating everything yet. It should be fine. Have I unlocked her third gradient skill? Yes, I have. But she's not currently in my party because she's not as sustainable. And so, like, if she doesn't one-shot things, I prefer to have a slightly more sustainable party. I think I've unlocked everybody's third skill, which I did do off stream, unfortunately, womp womp. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. I did kill one of those, but only as her.
These expeditioners are glorious wreakers of havoc.
So we're doing like, we don't actually have to fight these horrible things. Maybe we fight one of them as our expeditioners just like blow them off the field. Oh, no, I do have to fight one. But okay. It's probably like they're optional because they clear the path for you. I don't know if this group is actually like good enough to kill these. Ooh. Right, I forgot that I haven't done this as... Oh, okay, all right. Okay, never mind. These are much weaker than the one that was on the Sky Island. Got it. Okay. Immediately play when falling below 30% health once per battle. Ooh, that's cute, I guess. This foot allows Monaco to learn a new skill. I wonder if that's because I just beat one of them, or if it actually was for beating that one. That'd be kind of interesting to know. Can I, like, get up there and fight these guys? I kind of want to. Oh, wee wee.
Good stuff.
There's definitely a lot of stuff I didn't do. I was trying, oh, whoops. I was trying not to have Mael just like solo everything, you know?
Let us stay.
So I now am going on the Elemental Genesis track. Fun fact, Ern, did you know that both Hell and Lightning Step actually have higher DPS than Elemental Genesis? Unless it's in a group. But kind of interesting. I saw some YouTube videos that were basically breaking down all of the different skill damage numbers, and they're so wildly the difference between them is like kind of wild in terms of the difference between ones that are in the same tier and things like that. I think that one of them, it was like the difference between using, so on a Lune skill, the difference between using no stains versus the upgraded stain version went from like a 4 times damage modifier to a 33 times damage modifier, which is wild. That is a wild difference in outcome.
Time to end this.
Ooh. Maybe I just attack. Oh, I should have shot first. That's fine. We'll just do this. I don't actually know how much you're gonna do on this guy. Ooh, not as good as I was hoping. Certainly not as good as I was hoping. That's fine.
A storm is coming.
Also, I kind of want to see what I just learned on Monaco, because you never know. Let's see, where were you? What did I just learn? All right, well, I'm not going to read through every single one of his skills. It was obviously one that I accidentally moused over and didn't see the difference on, but...
Nice.
Oh, I saw this amazing TikTok that was saying that basically the main theme song to this game is essentially the same melody as the Route 1 Pokemon theme song, just slower, and I could not unhear it, which is very funny. Wait, is this the main path? I actually can't tell. This seems like... okay, all right. We'll look both ways. Like children crossing the street, we'll look both ways. Oh, this way has an actual flag? All right, well, that's really all I need. I was kind of thinking that the other way was the side path because it leads us back to Gustav's garden, or the garden that Gustav was at least. I'm still a Gustav truther. I'm still believing that Gustav will come back in the end somehow. I mean, like, we're saying somehow, but the means are pretty obvious at this point. You know, it could definitely happen. I do know that there are multiple endings. I do not know what they are. I just wanted to check beforehand and see if they were based on doing any side quests or not. Because, you know, energizing powerful gives 2 AP on applying powerful. Oh. Okay, wait, hold on. Monaco, don't you have energizing rush? You sure do. Okay, what if I gave you energizing powerful though? What if I gave you that? Anti-burn, where are you? Energizing stun. Okay, fine. Alphabetical, it was an energizing, right? Energizing, empowering, energizing, 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 energizing powerful. There we go. Yeah, I think it's just those two. Yeah. That was basically my takeaway, was that it was just a story choice that was fairly obvious, not a did you do enough side content? So yeah, that's usually the kind of thing that I want to know, because if it is just a question of doing side content first, then I can just do that, right? But if it's, you don't want to get to the end and know that you could have had a different ending, but you just like didn't do the right side quest or something like that. But given how many side quests I had as options, it was like, well, I better check, you know?
An advantage.
I do wonder if there's a third option after New Game Plus. I mean, one wasn't presented. Oh, hi. You guys look like real people, TM. That's
Nice.
alarming. I also have not spent all of my Lumina. I just spent enough to get cheater on all of the characters I actually play. Sorry, CL. Sorry, CL. It's over. Oh my
Maximum damage.
You know what? Honestly, I'm not even sorry that I'm just wiping this. It's fine. You know what? This is the ending that we deserve, all right? This is the ending that we deserve. Oh. New weapon. Well, that's too bad, considering. All things considered. Perfect. Okay. What if I just shot him in the dick 30 times? What about that?
Maximum damage.
Oh, I actually killed him on gunshots? That's incredible. This music is sick, though. Lithesome? Okay. Have you done, like, all of the side content, Ern? Are you pretty much dunzo? Wait. Is that where I came down? I think it is, right? I've gone in a full circle. Yes. Yes, I have. All right. I am curious how much different this game would have been on Expert, you know? Because it's not like I wasn't dodging and parrying. You finished all the side con I could before coming here? Okay, okay. There's definitely a lot that I missed. I don't know if you were actually looking when I started this, but I was in the middle of that, the floating mansion thing. It's fine. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. Just pow pow right in the kisser. And then we go this. It's really a shame. I feel like Monaco's maximum damage move does nowhere near as much damage as the other characters.
An advantage.
I guess I haven't quite built him as one-shot wonder.
He's at the tower.
But there's also so many of those perks that like only apply on the first or second attack, which kind of sucks because he needs setup time. Paintings are always astonishing, yet I wish she would understand. Understand what? Just what it means for me to paint. What do you mean? The boy has gone silent. It's interesting that we're seeing these other characters. I'm wondering if they're like side versions of, or not side, but like earlier points in time in Verso's life or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Upgrade weapons. I'm gonna just upgrade one for the, I'm sure, achievement. Let's see. Allies recover 20 health on switching to virtuous stance. Gain shell when switching out of virtuous. Self cleanses status when switching to virtuous. Oh, okay, okay. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Brink. Posture check. Imagine. Oh. Actually, speaking of posture, I've seen this Chinese. I'm not sure if he's a doctor or if he's just like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Chiropractor or something like that. But he basically is like the format is it shows somebody cracking something, like cracking their neck or cracking their, knees or whatever, and then he's just sort of like no up, okay, and then he shows like a better way to do it, via like stretching and stuff. And I watched some of those. I legitimately like can't physically quite actually do some of them because they require you to be more flexible than I am. Wait, why did I? Oh, because I killed him. Oh, that's actually incredibly funny. That's actually incredibly funny. Like there was one for cracking your neck where it was like you stick your hand straight out and make a thumbs up gesture, and then you pull the thumbs up back towards, or no, then you put your arm, your other arm,
good stuff.
Yeah, you pull the thumb back towards your shoulder, then you put your other arm underneath that arm, wrap it around, and then grab your own thumb from underneath and behind and pull it closer to your shoulder. And I was like, hold on, full stop. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's a tough one. That's kind of tough. That's kind of a stretch, I can do it, but it's kind of a stretch.
Fuck yes.
Oh God, every time I hear Carl X's voice, I'm just transported. Oh, you actually, okay, listen. Fair enough. Honestly, I don't even need to, like...
A storm is coming.
Yeah, you died. Exactly. Killing these fools one guy at a time. Ooh, a mini boss, eh? Ooh, an item. You can't, don't miss the item.
Oh, lovely.
You gotta make sure that you're looking around, All Lumina items, which I don't really need. Okay. Oh, this is one of those stupid ones that has the... I dealt with one of these before, actually. Ah, good. Okay. Actually, oh, I'm too much for this. This should probably kill him. Yeah. Sure did. Sure did. Augmented counter 3. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. 75% increased counterattack damage? Holy shit. That actually would be so good if I was actually parrying enough. But I'm not, because it's really difficult with a delay. It's really difficult with a delay. I think I also figured out part of what the problem was, which is that sort of people saying that there's an audio cue in this game, or rather to listen to the audio, is true, but it's not true in the way that I expected, which is that I can hear when the attacks sort of have their crescendo and to base it on that, but it's more that, oh, Lumiere suffered so much damage. There's something in the water. Ask SK to bring it to the surface. Let's go. Woohoo! Ooh, a memory. Let's go. A legendary expedition known for its unorthodox tactics.
William, Expedition 60. They mocked us when we said the human body is the strongest of them all. We trained relentlessly, and now our bodies have achieved the pinnacle of human performance.
This is the Alex Louis Armstrong expedition.
Our enemies. We are so much more agile and aerodynamic without the heavy uniforms constraining our glorious muscles. With Leslie's unstoppable training regime, we are impervious. That's how we were able to charge through that ghostly Gamage barrier and reach the Paintress. But it seems we've been wrong.
Really?
The Paintress is just as trapped as we. The real terror lies beneath the monolith. The rest of Expedition 60 marched on to confront him, while I was tasked to warn Lumiere. But it seems I might have run out of time. One last
Incredible.
swim separates me from Lumiere.
Hi, Oni, how's it going? This is incredible. This is peak lore. Peak lore, I tell you.
So here I write my final message. Bare naked muscles will save the world. And don't waste time on the Paintress. Aim for the bottom of the monolith.
Love that for him. Hilarious. Let me show you this fine display of muscle. Color me shocked that they actually got through the barrier, though. I think that's incredible. It's very funny to put something like that at the end of the game after you've already discovered it, basically. Oh boy, is it dark in here. Good lord.
Advantage.
An advantage. How much muscle? Well, like basically the gist of that was that they enhanced their glorious muscles to such an extent that they discarded the clothes which were holding them down and were able to make it all the way to the end, only to find out that the real enemy was somebody else. The nudist muscle man expedition.
Oh, wow.
It's like actually so funny. Like Johnny Bravo kind? Yeah, probably, but they probably didn't skip leg day. Johnny Bravo was definitely a leg day skipper, and it showed. I don't think these guys skipped leg day, you know? I heard muscles. Chat. Never change. Never change.
Nevrons from the Axon Islands. What are they doing here?
What are they doing here? They've been summoned here by Rangwa.
Energized.
Bro, these guys are so cooked, it's not even funny. Ooh. Minor delay. Oh, anyway, so what I was saying before. Oh my god. Bros are so cooked, it's not even funny. Holy shit. So what I was saying before is there's audio cues, right? But the problem is, problem in air quotes, of course, that for me, I was expecting it meant that you had to consistently attack or counter like on the audio cue, whereas it's more like the audio cue tells you where, or you have to learn the timing for each audio cue for how long to wait after the audio cue, rather than it being a universal audio cue like it is in some other games that have audio cues.
Really?
And so I think that was what was throwing me off, is that I was listening to it and there is one, but it's not a uniform one. It's just like integrated into it. You have me at 160p and 1% volume, muscles wear. You couldn't make the last stream? Well, that's okay. You know, you don't need to make it every stream. That's fine. We're just happy to have people here when they are here, you know. Last stream was on Saturday, because I didn't stream on Monday this week because I was at a wedding. Oh, right, it's a flyer. All right, well, you know what? That's fine. I hit anyway. Incredible. The good old 1% volume gang. Recover 5% health on hitting a stunned target. That's not that good. Au revoir.
Maximum
Bow, bow,
damage.
bow. Bow, 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 bow. Boom, 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 ba-da-doom, doom, doom, ba-da-doom, doom, doom. Let's see. So if I do this, oh wait, no. Yeah, if I do this. Yeah, it gives everyone more. The beef. We love to see it.
Storm is coming. Elements converge.
Anyway, Meow, the muscles were from discussion from one of the earlier expeditions, and how they basically learned that by honing their bodies to peak perfection, okay, that they became the most powerful force, and they were the nudist expedition, which is extremely funny. Oh, like the muscle mice from Demon Slayer? I do watch anime sometimes. As a certified old, I do watch anime, but I've seen a lot of anime and take breaks from it pretty often, where I'll watch some anime for a while and then I kind of won't watch any for a while because I kind of get burned out. So I have seen some of Demon Slayer, but not all of it. But I have seen a lot of anime in general. I was saying it reminds me of Colonel Armstrong from, or not Colonel, yeah, Armstrong. Yeah, Colonel Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist, who, you know, believed in the peak perfection of the human form. Major Armstrong. Yes, thank you. Colonel Armstrong? I guess it was Colonel Mustang. Major Armstrong? Yeah. Oh, was his sister a colonel? Maybe that's what I'm mixing up. His sister was higher? Yeah, I knew she outranked him. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist is one of the best complete story type anime. There are things that other anime do better, but there are very few anime that do as many things as well as Full Metal Alchemist, which I think is why it's retained its #1 spot for so long on my anime list, is because as a full package, it really is like kind of peak.
Useful.
Envy my evil twink monster. I do actually really like Envy. For all this mess that's happening, I was the only one curious enough to make the journey here, but this place is sad. Can I fight this guy? I can. Incredible. Oh, Mael, end him. Ah, good old 15 million damage. Okay, let's see. I own the level 11 version, so I don't really care about buying it. I might as well grab these. Don't own this one. Don't really need those. Oh, a 25% damage increase on full health? Oh my god. Just what my L needs. Another 25% damage. Wait. Hold on. Actually, wait. I should just give that to Lune. Hold on. Let's see. Charging weakness. 15%. Oh, yeah. I don't need that. We'll just take that one. Let's see. Where was that? Augmented counter, full strength? Amazing. Incredible. Just what she needs. First anime had a villain that everyone thought he was an extra side character and he comes back for the finale. Yeah.
Papa is somewhere past the
Maybe the
clouds.
Hulk kind of muscle? I mean, I'm sure the Hulk would also fit as a, as a valid stereotype of the, or as a valid example of said muscle type. The thing is that the original anime adaptation had more time. Oh, I love the music. The original one had a lot more time to develop everything cleanly, and so the beginning half of it was probably better paced. It's just unfortunate that it would just be super awkward to readapt that beat for beat completely when there was so much new stuff, and so,
I can't sustain the expedition as much longer.
Matt,
well,
we need to defeat them fast.
By original, I mean the original anime, as in the first anime, not the original story. Yeah. Like, the original anime had good pacing for the earlier parts, because Brotherhood, I feel like Brotherhood is a little rough if you didn't watch the original, because it just sort of goes straight in. Oh, beautiful. And basically speed runs the first 25 episodes in the first, 13. Oh, let's end Elemental Genesis. We'll just fucking finish them off. Lune, my queen. You actually didn't see the Brotherhood one? You should see Brotherhood. You should see Brotherhood if you haven't seen it. The movies are from the original, or the first anime series. If you're not aware, Aberration Light deals high light damage to all enemies, 2 hits. Agile applies more burn. I mean, that's kind of cool. Oh, it's kind of expensive too, though. Creation Void, Extreme Void to random targets, 3 hits. More damage if the same target is hit multiple times. Oh, shit. Okay, wait. Extreme Fire, 3 hits. Increased damage. You know what? What if I... Wait, this is a caster mask? Ooh. Actually, I don't really need this one at all. I should really... That's fine. Okay, so here's the deal. Originally, Fullmetal Alchemist was a manga, right? And then they started adapting it into an anime, Fullmetal Alchemist. No subtitle. Unfortunately, the mangaka got sick somewhat and took a break, and the anime caught up to the manga because it wasn't finished when they started it. At that point, they started making up their own anime original ending. Thus, the last half of the original Fullmetal Alchemist is a creation of the anime studio, not of the original mangaka, and they did not really resemble the real ending. So all of the plot points are very different resolutions and things in the original in the first anime. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood
Make sure we're ready.
takes after much more accurately after the manga, because the manga was done when they started that one. So that is the more like quote unquote correct story, so to speak. But it gets a little awkward because the original Full Metal Alchemist anime had not come out that much before they came out with Brotherhood. And so they were stuck in this place of like, okay, well, if we just readapt all the same parts that were the same, that's going to be like 25 episodes that are basically already been adapted. So they sped up the pacing of the first arc of Full Metal Alchemist, the original, and condensed it to like 13 or 14 episodes instead of 25 or 30 episodes. So the pacing is really, really fast. And it is not bad if you're already familiar with all the characters because you watched the first one. So they sort of just assume that you did watch the first one, and they still cover the same ground, but they cover it way faster in Brotherhood until they get to the point where the stories diverged, and then it slows down to much like more solid pacing. But because of that, if you didn't watch the first anime, then you're kind of thrown into the middle and you're like, oh my God, who are all these characters? Who are these characters? Who's this? Who's that? Who's this? Who's that? We're kind of jumping around a lot. You did see Brotherhood? Okay. Kind of reminds you of Hunter x Hunter. Yeah. That did get a readaptation also. But yeah, original FMA to Brotherhood was a much shorter time span. I think it was only like maybe 6 years, you know?
Papa?
Alicia.
Please, I just want you to understand what this canvas means to me.
I do understand. I know how powerful and intoxicating it is. How deeply attached we can become to the worlds we pour our hearts and souls into. I was enthralled, and it nearly killed me.
It doesn't mean you have to erase Verso's canvas.
Child, do you think I want to? After all the sorrows we've endured, do you really think that I want to destroy this last piece of his soul?
Then don't.
Life keeps forcing cruel choices. We do what we must.
Grief often blinds us, and we make choices we can never take back.
You grieve for two.
I grieve for many.
The choices of parents leave indelible marks upon their children. But ultimately, the voices in their head have to be their own. You cannot set the boundaries of their life for them.
It is Talk No Jutsu time, for sure.
After the fire, you wanted me to find new joy in life. And I tried. But I couldn't.
This is the real one. The other one's dead. We killed him.
Because of me. How do I get from that to joy?
Child, it will get better, I promise you. But this is not the way. Your friends speak truth. And it changes nothing. You can hate me. But that's a choice I must make. As your father, I must look out for you. Especially when you can't look out for yourself.
You treat me as if I'm still 5.
I treat you as if the shadow from the worst day of our lives is going to suffocate you and take you from us too! Enough.
Dun dun dun.
I said enough.
She's not even gonna be in the final fight. She's not in my party. I mean, she might actually. If I don't one-shot him and then he kills me because I don't know the dodge timings, she might come in with the clutch. It's possible. Fuck yeah, Dark Souls boss fight arena, complete with rose petals. It's very much Avengers Endgame vibes. Or Gehrman. Renoir? Oh, that's cute. What if we do Elemental Trick with 100% crit rate? Good start. Wait, did I not crit on that first one? I have a 9% crit rate. That is actually so funny. Let's see. I don't have the ice. Ugh, God. All right. Fine. We'll just Terra Quake him. Ugh. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just make him. Oh, she almost got him. Let's see. Actually. And oh, I took out the break. We'll just yeah, we're heavy mass. Perfect. The anticlimactic. Siren rescues Renoir. Oh, that's cute.
Stop this insanity. It's time to go home.
That's cute. That's cute of you. Why does it look like a nameless puppet from Liza P? Oh, there's definitely big vibes of that too. I mean, this is basically French JRPG Souls-like.
Focus on the accents first.
She can't.
JRPG? Exactly. Exactly.
Mama.
You're going to kill yourself. It's too soon for you to return to any canvas.
Yeah, without the gacha. Exactly. Exactly. And to think, the OST is a random dude from SoundCloud. This really is the end, 1000%. Can't wait for this dude to burn 94.
Selfish, Aline!
So funny. Oh my god. The burn. Oh, the thump. This isn't even my final form. Oh, we got all the buffs? Oh, that's cute.
Elements converge. A storm is coming.
He unleashes his power? Oh, that's a shame.
Aside the canvas, killing you both.
She was just saving up her energy, you know? She had to get that kill steal. Oh my god. People weren't joking that I would trivialize the end game. Oh my god. She's just powering up to Super Saiyan 1000%. 1000%. We're just steamrolling the end game. I love it. The end of the story, rather. Father, while you waited here like a bitch, I went and power leveled.
Ironic.
What, 9,000?
Your mother was the one who saved me when I lost myself in a canvas. She taught me how to safely use our gift.
Oh god, ads are coming. How dare you? Twitch, how dare you?
Without flying too close to the sun. We painted hundreds of canvas worlds, pushing the very boundaries of creation. And she never let me forget that every day.
She's got a good back crack. Thanks for that redeem.
Has a price.
No. I will delay the ads. In theory.
Yet. Here we are now.
So trust her. If she's doing this, then...
I trust what she taught me. This is not a game. You think you know what's at stake, but you don't.
I know precisely what's at stake. You want control. You want to feel like you're doing something. You couldn't save Verso, so you want to save us. Except you're not. Destroying the canvas won't help us move on. It'll just deny us the one place that helped us feel again.
67 years. 67 years I spent trapped within the monolith. But I persisted. Do you know why? Do you know why I cannot leave her or you behind? This is what I see every day. I cannot spend another day with living corpses. Since the fire, our family has crumbled. Aline in the canvas. Clair fighting a solitary war. You. A living ghost. Verso's death broke us. Want it to be fixed. I need it to be fixed. I cannot lose you too.
Don't you see? That's how I feel about them. I can't lose them either. I've lost too much.
It's Inception. The real answer is it's Inception.
Papa, see? I've lost so much.
We both lost so much.
Papa, I don't want to lose you either. I'm not leaving you forever. Just a little longer.
I want to trust you,
but I don't.
You can.
5 more minutes. Mom, I'm gonna be done with the game in 5 more minutes. Dear girl, you're just like an addict. Throws her through the gateway.
On for you. I hope you find peace. Hold on to each other.
I'm sorry. Whoop. The end. Hello? What is this? What is this? Is this like the primordial essence of the painting? Zawarudo! Yeah, exactly. Take a look at this. Yeah, so this is also like very Inception coded of being able to create these entire worlds from your imagination, and they feel so real, and how the time dilation happens where it feels like an eternity in there and it's not very long in the real world, and then losing track of the real world and whether or not that even matters. It's time to stop painting. Wait, hold on. Oh, I see what I'm looking at. Uh-huh. Is that... Okay. I'm trying to decide if this is Verso. Let's take a look. Okay. Wait, can I just leave? Okay, no, I can't. I was wondering if this is like a Dark Souls ending where the one ending is just literally leaving the room. So I feel like this is the seed, right? This is Verso confronting the minor shard of himself. The bad end. Yeah. Well, it's relative. It's relative. Because the thing is, all of the people in this world are fictional, right? So the question is, are they still real people? You know?
You're tired of painting, aren't you? I'm tired too.
I was gonna say Mael better be coming in here real quick.
That's... You shouldn't be able to be here.
Mamon's gift.
Why did you run in? It's dangerous for you here.
See things as they are, not how you want them to be.
What?
You lied to your father.
No.
He saw it too. But he wanted to believe. You're going to die here. Why don't you just leave? You can always come back.
The moment I leave, Papa will erase this canvas.
This is not worth your life.
What life? My life of loneliness in a shell of a body, with no voice and no future.
You're Mael, no matter where you are. You don't need this canvas.
But everything I want is here. Here I have a chance to live, Verso to live. Out there I merely exist.
Life keeps forcing cruel choices.
Stop quoting Papa!
It's time to stop painting.
I miss Gustav too.
Verso! Papa also said, hold on to each other.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're gonna make me fight? I love the light and dark juxtaposition. Decide the fate of the canvas. Okay. Fight as Mael and fight as Verso. Oh. Okay. All right. This is actually legitimately difficult because I really like this storytelling because it's so difficult. On the one hand, he's lived a long time and he is just sort of the shell of himself. And I think that it's everyone's right to sort of decide if they're like living in an unbearable situation, so to speak. So respecting his wishes to end it, I totally get. And I think that that's like a really valid perspective. And the difficult thing is that she's basically in the exact same inverted situation because her life in the real world is kind of miserable. Her entire body has been burned and scarred, and she's lost an eye, lost her vocal cords. Like every moment is pain in the real world, so to speak. And so I also, she's lived an equally long life in this world. And so, like, I think that it should be her choice how she wants to live. But the challenge here is that you're really putting them up against, like, both of them have this wish that are sort of in dire opposition. So it's really rough. I feel like the sort of nicer answer is to fight as Mael, and Verso will want to spend his time with her and not feel as bad. But I think that both answers are actually totally legit. Yeah, really interesting. Really interesting. I think I'm gonna go to ads, or let the ads run, because I have to go to the bathroom and I don't know that I can pause them for enough time once the fight actually happens. So I think that we'll just sit here on this sick ass screen. You know what? Actually, no, I'm gonna go to BRB just in case somebody like raids in or something. The third fight is Monaco. Yeah, he comes in, the feet sniffer, Okay, yeah, we'll be right back. I will not progress until ads are done. I'll probably be back before ads run, but like we won't go until the ads are finished. All right, we'll be right back. We're back. Ads have 30 seconds. Looks like I timed out about perfectly, actually. Ah, yes, the pop. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, we're back. Makes me crave beer. All right, I've chosen to fight as my L. I'm back. Well, you're back. I'm Grybach. Yeah, I'm Gryback. I'm curious if it's going to have him with his build. I'm sorry, unfortunately, I built my L stronger. Wee wee. Get fucked, nerd. I am the real human.
Please. Thank you. Stop him from painting.
Don't say that. Please.
Is he gonna die?
Please, listen to me. Only you can do this. You can do this, please. Unpaint me. Unpaint me.
So...
Please. I don't want this life.
Stop.
The real good ending is her unpainting him, but letting the painting going on. You know what I mean?
I just wanted to live this lifetime together. This lifetime that was stolen from us. Please. Bro. Please.
I don't want this life.
I mean, that's valid.
Help me. Help me.
Let it go. Listen. The machine that's still piloting this thing, it's not him, you know, and neither is this. You can let him go. It's fine. I am Iron
If you could grow old, would you find a reason to smile?
I mean, I can ostensibly come all the way back to this and we can do both endings because this game does let you load old saves. So like, I should be able to do both. Let's go, SGA! Okay, that child looks weird. I'm just gonna say it. For a second, I was like, who the fuck is that guy? It's the husband we never met. Got it. Understood. Where's Gustav? Let me see him. Let's go. Nailed it. Came back in the end. What a legend. Is this Renoir? Oh no, it's... It's Verso, yeah. I think he's not happy, though. Yeah, he mad. Switching me in this epic moment of the finale. Oh man, I love that. I actually love that. I love that it's going with like kind of a dark ending. I definitely want to see the other ending now. That's great. Good for them. Like, it's so ballsy to do something like that and not just have it be everyone's happy, yay, the end. Like, don't get me wrong, I can be happy with an everyone's happy, yay, the end type thing. But I really like that the stakes were very high and very real, and it's what happened. Like, it's not great. That's intense. Yeah. Like, I think we'll skip. I don't need to watch all the credits, but like, everyone's happy is hard to pull off well. Yes, I think that's the gist of it. It's very hard to pull off well, and I think a lot of the time it's not pulled off well. It's just fine. But doing the like bittersweet ending is like, it's so rarely done where you do the thing. Wait, hold on. Where are we? Are we just like right back there? Okay, hold on. So I should be able to load previous saves. When would this have been? This would have been 827, 825. Okay, so either 805 or 825. I don't think it's been 20 minutes. So, well, no, but it hasn't been. Okay, we'll do this one. We'll see what this one is. Where's the Monaco feed ending asking for a friend? Perfect. Perfect. All right, we're gonna see the other ending now. I do love that this game basically keeps the autosaves for the entire time. And so you can just do both. Boom. I feel like this one's gonna be similar, right? It's gonna just be very sad. Everyone dies, the end, right? I think both endings are going to be sad. Unfortunately, you will not auto-kill your sister. I wish she had the same build as she did in the main game, or as I built her, because then she would be dead instantaneously. Because she takes so much bonus damage. Well, you know what? It's fine. Oh, she's gonna burn to death. That's fucked up, chat. That's fucked up. She fucking burned to death. That's fucked up. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, sorry, that was fucked up. Congratulations, Verso. Your selfishness has doomed your sister to a life of agony. I hope you're happy with yourself.
Don't do this. Don't leave me again.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, huh?
It's not. It's really not.
You've got this incredible power to paint.
Fuck yes.
Suffer a life you don't want. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Are we gonna have a big group hug as we all die? God, this ending's sad too.
I will miss you guys.
Damn. Low-key, this is kind of making me tear up. Like the kind of ending where you're saying goodbye to your friends because like you or them are gonna die is like gets me hard. Yeah, they get a look at him like, you fucker. I know you did this. Yup, Lune's gone. They're all gone. She's not even here to say anything. Yeah, that's my girl. That big fuck you energy. Yeah, that's right. I'm Lune. She's saying fuck you. Exactly.
It's okay. It's over.
Did I make a mistake? Yeah, what's the epilogue here? Is the epilogue that she just paints another world? She just remakes the world without Verso in it, the little bitch.
Miroir du temps, nos histoires s'alignent dans le creux de nos mains. Deux mondes se dessinent, l'un peint de rêve où le chagrin s'efface, l'autre nu et réel où notre deuil prend place. Dans le dessin, toile vierge, horizon lointain, peignons ensemble les couleurs de demain, au clair obscur, œuvres infinies. Chaque pas trace la route d'une vie. Au lendemain non écrit, sous les étoiles où tout commence, rien ne finit. Dans le dessin.
The sister's such an interesting character because we got so little for her. Yeah, right. There's a drive-by mafia. Very interesting. It's okay. That was really interesting. Like, it's kind of what I expected. I feel like that's sort of the happier ending, the way that it's presented as like the family has healed and they're not giving in to like daydreams or falling into like addiction. There's a definite metaphor here for you know, like drinking away your pain or doing drugs when you're in mourning or whatever, and kind of trying to just like ignore the real world. that's one of those things where I feel like sometimes fantastical stories are almost the fantastic element of them undermines the premise of the metaphor that they're going for. Because, say for example, a similar example I would say is like X-Men, right? Is an obvious metaphor for discrimination, specifically in the original racism, and then later also like LGBTQ like issues. And at the start of X-Men, that makes a lot of sense. But like, it's kind of hard. Sometimes it's kind of hard to argue that the government shouldn't have some tabs on people who's individually can kill every single person on the planet in an instant. Like, I'm just saying, when your power scaling gets crazy, like, honestly, the people that you're supposed to be rooting against, as in, like, the people that want to register people and put them on a list and, like, watch over them innately, like, your argument starts to fall apart a little bit, right? And so here, if we're looking into it as that element of retreating from reality in your grief, it's a lot more convincing of an argument to make when you seemingly can make a fully realized world with sentient beings that have their own free will. Like you literally are gods, essentially, in that sense. Then it's a lot harder to justify that, like, no, this is bad, you shouldn't do this. You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting that was sort of the takeaway here, I guess, in that sense. I really like that the Mael ending is more explicitly kind of dark, but I almost wish that they made this ending a little bit darker. Like that Mael was just miserable, right? It's like either way, someone is going to be miserable. I think I would have liked that a little bit more, to be completely honest. But yeah. Very good game though. Very interesting moral dilemma at the end. And I think that most games can't pull off a moral dilemma that has two really valid feeling options. I want to see Mael suffer. I mean, now I might have to like go back and look at this. Oh, interesting. A bunch of Korean people for gameplay. Ooh, interesting. Just making me think about how Lies of P was also a Korean studio. But I'd have to go back because my take on it was that the young boy that Mael was with was like the painter version of Verso that had been turned into a young boy to like live a real life, which, but it could have just been one of the random boys from the beginning of the series. So I think if like, but it seems to me like that was the painter boy, right? And then the immortal Verso just was still alive and miserable. I think that the best ending version of that would have been if the Verso that wanted to die died and the painter Verso got to basically live one life in the painting where he did age and died, and then they would all go away. Maybe. But yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. We can skip now. Skip a. Very interesting. Yeah, what did you guys think? How did you guys enjoy this game? Was it a game that you were planning on playing yourselves, or did you enjoy watching me play through it? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good game and super cool to watch. Yeah. Will we get Doom? Yeah, so I'm planning to play Doom on Friday. Yeah. I played the first, I played Doom last Friday also. So I don't know exactly what my schedule is going to be like with regard to more Doom, but I will be going back to Doom if people enjoy that. You wanted Gustav to magically appear to stop the fighting? That would have been kind of sick. I was unable to see enough of my streams on this. Fuck time zones. Oh, okay. Okay. Have you seen Inception? Because there's honestly kind of big Inception vibes, but that was very hidden during the like playthrough. 9.4 out of 10. Valid. Valid. We'll just like hide that a little bit. Basically the game starts out and, you know, it is the belief that there's this paintress. She gets up every year. She paints a lower number and everyone who is that age or older dies instantly. What I understood of the game is the world's a fabrication born out of desires of someone in the real world, the girl, and the verso guy is dead or something. Yeah. So the characters in the game for the first majority of the game aren't aware of that. You spend the first 2 acts working to stop the paintress who you believe is the one killing everybody. And then like the big reveal when you kill the paintress at the end of Act 2 is that the paintress was the one preventing everyone from dying. And the number was just the people that she could save, was like everybody younger than that. And that the father was the one erasing everyone. And he was trying to erase everyone. And the paintress was trying to stop them, but he was winning slowly but surely. And so that was like the big reveal, is that the paintress was on your side, so to speak. And you learn that Mayel is the daughter of the paintress and of Renoir. They're the same person. They're in real life. And in the real world, they basically have magical painting powers and can create entire worlds that exist in these paintings and that they can visit and live in, etc., etc. And that this is a painting created by Verso, who is the guy at the end who was like, I want to die, I'm done. And he painted this world, but then he died in the real world. And so the mother, in her grief, has retreated into this world, the paintress, because a part of his soul is imbued into any painting that he made. And so part of him lived in this painting. So she basically created a facsimile of him in this painted world. And that is him. He is that one. So she is there grieving, and she is staying there too long. And the father is like, you're gonna die if you stay here. Like, we're all, you know, heartbroken, but we need to move on and not descend into this fiction, essentially. And Mayel got trapped there. And so, yeah, basically the father is like, we need to return to the real world. And Mayel, in one ending at least, is like, I have lived a whole life here, and here I get to be like a person. In the real world, I'm suffering from horrific burn scars and injured and fucked up and will never get any better or healthier. And I can live with my brother. He doesn't want to live, so. Very, very interesting, very big, very classic JRPG plot twist, right? Of the big bad wasn't the big bad all along, and literally like fighting God in this case, although God is a little bit more perceivable in this case. It's very much, again, like I said, very much an Inception type plot, where these people have these sort of like magical powers to create worlds that only exist in the mind, or in this case, in a painting. And that you can very easily lose track of reality by living a life too long in one of these virtual worlds. Also sort of like Matrix. The paint world is kind of like an addiction. Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of what I was talking about with like, it's not exactly that it's an addiction, but it's very easy to sort of fall in love with the world and get lost. And the mother and Mayel both wanted to get lost because it could keep them in touch with their dead son/brother. So that's like the gist of the narrative. And so that's sort of what I was talking about with the X-Men analog, right? Is that's a really interesting message, and one that's very apt, especially the addiction angle, to real life. but it gets a lot more morally gray when it seems like it really is a fully realized world with, you know, untold numbers of real people living real lives and like being sentient and, you know, seemingly having souls. You know, that's not just falling into an alcohol bottle. So it's a little bit murkier than the normal metaphor. Okay, but if you think about it, it's not kind of similar to games in real life. True. People that have video game addictions and let their real lives rot away, etc., etc. Just super advanced NPCs. True. It's true. And I guess what I would say is that is an apt comparison as well. And I think that similarly, there are arguments to be made about how, especially in an online world, right? It's something that, you know, I still don't really see eye to eye with my parents on, is that they're like, it's not the real world. And I'm like, okay, but the people I'm talking to are real people. You know, I have real friendships that I've made online playing games for 20 years. Like, these are just as real friends as the people that live next door to me. And right. So it's like, it's tricky. It's complicated. And so, yeah, kind of reminds me of that Wii game. The Mickey Mouse, Mickey's Magical Painter something. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but I did play it. Me with certain books of men. I'm not a fan of I love torturing NPCs because they're not real. But I would put the needs of people in my dimension above those in other dimensions. I mean, right. Valid, right? And again, so this also sort of gets into the whole, it is partially what makes it so interesting for a debate, right? It's like, you're very much on Renoir's side that, you know, this world isn't real and I want my wife and daughter to come back to me. Fair, you know, that's totally valid, right? Totally valid. But this is also sort of a similar argument with AI, right? Not current day AI, but futuristic AI, like for example, The Matrix, right? Where it's like, okay, well, is there ever a point where the AI is considered alive and people like abusing it because it's a robot? Does that ever cross an ethical line, right? Where you know, like those are interesting, or like Detroit Become Human. That would be another example of that, of we built these AI robots to do work for us, but at what point are they sentient enough that it becomes cruel? And is there a point ever, right, where we shouldn't have this? The guy in Lies of P who married the automaton, yeah. So it's a recurring discussion point with a lot of. Wasn't there a book on the ethics of robotics? I mean, there's been several. I mean, you might be thinking of Asimov's Laws of Robotics, which are more like, well, some discussion of how robotics should be made and what they should or shouldn't be allowed to do. Yeah, there's been several books about everything. That's true. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting discussion, right? And I'm very much on the side of, I don't know how we're going to know, but I do believe that you could make an artificial entity that is sentient, and it would be cruel to treat it like a thoughtless machine, right? And that's a very difficult ethical question, right? And I'm very much on the side of like, sentience doesn't necessarily have to be made of biological cells or whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. I really like sort of the can of worms that this magical power to create an entire world comes with, and how ethics apply to that, right? And you would get sort of similar, I guess, aspects with maybe like the gods in like Thor, right? Or things like that, of like, well, they're just not important, right? They're just regular mortals, and yeah. So I mean, I really like that it makes you think a lot about it, and that there isn't a, like, again, like I said, I'm okay with happy endings, but they're very hard to feel totally earned, and I like that both endings are kind of rough, and you know, I don't know. It's interesting. It's definitely thought-provoking. I'm really proud of the internet for not for keeping this under wraps and not spoiling it for a lot of people, because this game is very spoilable. Like, this game, some of the twists in this game are so spoilable. I like it rough both ways. I can't believe you just said that. I can't believe you've done this. Yeah, no, it's good. That was a really good game. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Very good. So, at this point, iRobot is a good way of showing what happens when you treat a robot with sentience and feelings like garbage. Yeah, iRobot, Detroit Become Human, the Animatrix, right? Similar thing there. There's a lot of stories of robots becoming sentient, and humans mistreating them because they just treat them like appliances. Detroit Become Human was so good. Yeah, I really liked it. There were some spots that were rough around the edges, but overall, I thought it was a very well done game and a fantastic exploration of ethics and things, but also a really good example of choices actually mattering. Got reminded of the robot android that was originally a pool cleaner. Oh. Yeah, it's really good. Did I find Clea's Manor in the game? Is Clea's Manor the one that's like floating in the sky? Because I was halfway through it before the stream and then I just left. So I do find it funny because here I am on the, well, sorry, my dimension first. But Detroit Become Human was more on that, yeah, androids deserve rights, duh. Maybe it's dimension thing for me. I mean, it's just a question, I guess, of like if the sentience is real. I think that's the real question, right? Robots that are literally just like my robotic vacuum cleaner, I think everybody agrees aren't sentient. And so it's fine to treat it like an appliance. But when does it cross that line? Similarly, like an NPC in a video game, not sentient. Full stop. But if you could create, if AI gets so advanced that we can create full microcosm universes in computers that truly become sentient, like how, like now we're getting complicated. What if we're in a simulation? What if our entire universe is a computer simulation? You know what I mean? We're gonna say that when they start, I'm done cleaning your shit. Yeah, listen. Yeah, very interesting. Very good game. Very, very good. Yeah. Really enjoyed that a lot. Oh, you son of a bitch. There's a lot of good optional bosses. The Eternal Tower and the Underwater Zone are some of the toughest. Yeah, I started the Eternal Tower, and then I kept going, and then I looked up how many fights there were, and then I was like, nah, I'm done with that. I never treat NPCs with unnecessary cruelty. I usually don't either. Yeah. I don't really enjoy, like, torturing regular characters in games. You know what I mean? EP. I'm EP. Yeah. I am not the quintessential chaos goblin. You know? You'll know. Oh, man. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a little early.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Right in the ass. That's right. I did say that. I think I'm going to call it a little early. It's just 1 hour early, 4-hour stream, cheeky 4-hour stream here. But I'm EP. I did a bunch of driving today. Got home from a wedding. Didn't sleep very well. So we finished up the game. That's probably a good time to stop. In the upcoming near future, we are looking at more Doom Dark Ages on Friday. next Friday is Elden Ring Night Rain, which hopefully will be fun to watch. You get to experience me in that for the first time. I'll wait until stream. Ooh, yeah, boy. And we'll certainly get at least one more Doom Dark Ages stream in, but maybe I'll do that hand cam stream next either Monday or Wednesday, and we can like look through some of my old video games, you know, and pull them all out, look at them, examine them, all that kind of stuff. That could be kind of a fun one. You're visiting Australia? Dude, that's sick. I've never been to Australia. Any hoodle. So thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun. I'm really glad I got to play this on stream with y'all. And we'll be back on Friday. We got to look for someone to raid, though. I'm about to say, like, goodbye, but I didn't actually have a plan. Imagine. Gonna meet the penguins? Let's go. Let's go. Outer Wilds. Interesting. We're going to raid friend of the channel, Alkavic, who just reached partner today. So she used to be one of my editors until she ended up stepping back because she had to work on her own content and work schedule more, which is sad because she was a great editor, but good for her because she just hit partner. So any hoodle, I will talk to y'all later. Bye bye.